why not?
residue now.
That's quite nice. I've never had that, so.
Yeah, because I keep using it as a crash test dummy. Putting all kind of this stuff. What's new?
Oh,
Let me
how
try to
you
come
don't
up
feel it
with-
on your hands?
Well, now
Until you
since
go
I've
do
become
your
you
lotion
guys-
or something, right? And then
Well, all the goop.
you're dripping. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah.
So I was telling
No
you, I've been
problem.
using it ever since. It's like it's worse from the inside out. So that's what I'm.
I just rewatched like the video from the class, and that's why when I saw you right now, I could really see the link.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, you were in the video, so I was like, wow, it really has
Yeah,
grown.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of correct because it needs to be shaved, which I'm gonna do. But look how this was like at my. Look at that.
Yeah, it's really grown. I know.
It was to my
That
scalp.
was. It was like.
Well, when I came to, it was about like that.
Yeah.
And a couple months before, it was like to my scalp. So it grows. It really does. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see what Kamaal I does.
This is Deanna.
Hi.
Sorry.
Hello.
This is Kamal's birthday visit too.
Yes.
Oh,
Her
happy
birthday's actually
birthday.
Thursday.
Thank you.
So we're celebrating early.
She's got amazing hair.
I told you, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just easy too. It's a lot, but it's easy.
Yeah, it was hardly tingly, so it was awesome.
What products do you want?
Honestly, haven't decided. Probably volume. She's low maintenance, so I don't want to, I don't want to give her 4 styling products. I mean, look at those curls. They look so great.
That's like
Yeah, if you could stay like that, that'd be
And that's,
convenient.
that's just rinsed out conditioner, like.
Wow. So is the goal to have it, keep it like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a good goal.
with like a little bit of a cast to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool. Even if it's like 3, I mean, right now I do 3 products. So even if it's 3, I'm cool. Or a couple. It's just whatever is pretty effective for the moment. And then I understand that later I'll have to add something or switch something.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
maybe, not always. So feel the slip on that. So this is the Eye Create Volume. It has lots of.
She's about to go.
Everybody
touch it.
feel it.
No, I could buy with that aloe. It's just it's
Yeah,
for my hair.
very nice and slippery. Yeah.
And even if it's, I have a diffuser, so even if that's something that should be used,
Mhm.
I'm willing to do
Do
that.
you still have a hooded dryer?
No, I never had a hooded dryer.
Oh, you didn't.
Just the diffuser with the attachment that protects hair.
Can you
Marcia
send me?
recommended. Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Oh, that feels good. Yeah, that feels good.
Oh yeah. It's to me, they're like ramen noodles. That's what I go for. I go for ramen noodles.
Yep.
And then
That's true. It does look like ramen.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So we want something heavy enough to lock in that moisture, but that's slippery enough so that you can get through it fast.
What do you think you're gonna put for the cast?
Well, I mean, I agree volume cast up. It'll cast up by itself.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
It won't cast on mine. Can't do it. But her hair is smoother than mine.
Yeah,
I
think
need it.
you're coarser.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I was gonna try some hold, but I don't usually like to start with that because it's so thick.
And it's so funny. 'Cause I would have thought I'd need thick things because my hair is, it's a lot of volume.
Right.
So I would have thought add more stuff to
Like
keep it.
more weight.
Her hair liked it though. I did the volume and hold on hers, but I didn't use a lot of hold. I used a lot of volume and a teeny bit of hold.
And what about the curl memory? Didn't work.
It's gonna fail every single time
Yeah.
for me. I just can't get it. It's something about maybe the sucrose as opposed to the aloe.
Right.
It feels dry and it's just not a win for me.
I feel like it's very producty feeling, but that definitely has a lot more weight to it for her. So
I don't even know if I need the. I don't even know. I have
Yeah,
no idea.
I found the volume and the hold gave me on her hair. I'm talking because I've tried it on her hair, and I was like, wow, that's beautiful. But I can't remember if we tried curl memory on you or not, Kamaal. And honestly, it wasn't really a good test because I put it on top of just rinsed out dirty hair. I didn't put it on clean hair.
clean hair. So feel that, because that has curl memory.
This one. Oh yeah, it has
more weight to it. So I mean, it has aloe vera in it.
I know, but I don't know if the sucrose is making it way too crunchy or something.
Yeah, the sucralose comes before the aloe.
Yeah, it's not.
So that means there's more sucralose where the aloe comes before. Yeah, I agree with you.
It was just like dry and crunchy. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a one-stop styler, and I'm like, nope, it doesn't work.
I know. We're all.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, and some of my friends in Texas love it, and I think it must be because there's so much moisture in
Oh,
the air.
that could be because in California, you're right.
Right.
You're right, because then it would be great in humid climate. That
But
makes sense.
here it's just too dry.
It's too dry.
Okay,
Where's
so
that
I'm putting a
aloe?
little I create hold on over the volume.
It's interesting with my job, it's so dry on the plane, but then I'll get to Miami in summer and it'll be humid.
That's
Okay,
beautiful.
So
I think that's
to
more.
look like ramen noodles right there.
It's more elongated, don't
Yeah,
you
more
think?
elongated. So a little bit of that weight is good.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried almost everything on her hair, and that was a good combo.
All right, now feel that, so you can feel the difference between that. A little bit thicker, right?
It feels like very smooth. Like
But it'll dry smooth like glass, but no residue.
wow.
It's epic.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what that's like.
Right.
Never had it.
Right.
I was not in my reality of being able to exist or even be a reality. It was not
I
my
knew.
world.
That's why
didn't
I
know.
wanted you to come here because I knew it was going to work, but I just don't have the expertise to do the whole shebang. We just been patch
I don't know,
testing
I'm
her
gonna hire
hair.
you, I think.
Yeah, you're sounding pretty
Well,
well informed.
I researched the hell out of everything because I'm just such a nerd.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. What time's your client?
She should be here in a minute.
Oh, okay. Well, I think what I love about I Create Volume is because it's so slippery. Like you had that little bit of tangle right there.
Yeah,
Gone.
it's gone. I know.
It's gone.
Yes.
Yeah, we love the aloe.
I used to put.
So you
aloe
want to
in
make
it.
sure your roots to ends. So kind of glide, squeegee, pull, lots of tension, so you can smooth down that cuticle.
Will she be able to see this, or you'll do it on the other side so she can see on the video?
Oh, is the video playing?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know it was recording.
I'm
doing it right now.
You're gonna get your private video, but you can look at it, get the technique. Because I still haven't been able to get Cindy's technique, but I'm like, that's 30 years of experience.
Sometimes I think my technique is old, so. But I think the best part is just trying to figure out what product is right for you. Is why I do all those 3 different things right there.
That's pretty, don't you think?
I can tell the trim is the ends are a lot better.
It's long.
It is long.
What are we using?
We're doing volume and hold.
Alrighty. Do you mind if I help?
Oh, sure, yeah.
You might need some water too.
I'll do it.
I'll do that. 'Cause I have a lot of water.
So I did Color Awakening for her shampoo, and then Color Radiance, and I just rinsed out just a little bit.
Okay.
So I did the hydrating mask, I did the detox mask, because she came in with some Camille Rose, just kind of ooey gooey stuff. But it came out very good. It came out fast. I didn't have to use undue goo.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because you have to use Malvaceum.
Yeah, I didn't use any undue goo.
I've been using the detox mask a little more often than the Dooku now.
Do you feel like it's?
I like it.
Yeah, it's a little
It's
softer.
more gentle.
I know.
It feels like it's conditioning as you're doing it.
I think if you have hard water, even though I have a water filter, I still do the detox mask just once a month because of The water's just hard. It's hard. And I feel like my hair feels better afterwards, but I do have that filter that you recommended. Aquabliss, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good filter.
I think I'm gonna start switching mine every 3 months.
Yeah,
Now
I was
instead
gonna
of
check
6.
mine the other day and I forgot.
I didn't know until the last time I ordered it that you can set it up like automatically, and it takes like $2 off if you do it that way.
Yeah, subscribe and save.
Yeah.
Do you have a part I didn't ask you?
When it came in
Mm-hmm.
today, I did. I think it was right.
Do you do middle?
Right there.
Oh, I'm good either way. Whatever is more simple. I'm not picky about side part or middle part. I came in with side part, but not because of.
You look good with the middle part too.
Yeah,
Both ways.
that's what I wasn't. It wasn't
Only person in it.
super excited
Yeah.
about it. It's more like, well, I combed out my hair this way. This is how I cleaned it out. So this is what it's gonna be.
I think I can already see what I'm doing.
I'm trying that first. I'm trying to detangle first before I put the volume on.
Oh yeah.
Like I didn't do that last week and I thought that might have made a big difference.
Like the 8-hour drill. What products did you end up using on hers?
Lift and hold.
Oh, lift.
Mm-hmm. Like Anise. Anise, is that how you say it?
Yeah. Yeah, that worked well for her. That
Mhm.
lift, not a fan for me. Just, I don't know what it is.
It's too light.
It's too light. Yeah.
Mhm.
Where's that?
It's great for refreshing though. You should try it for refreshing
Okay.
because it dries so fast that it's shiny.
Mm-hmm.
So you could try it for refreshing if you have it still.
Yeah, I have to see. I think I might have given her my extra. I have so many parts that I like to mix and match and try. And then I end up going back to my old pimples. But for refreshing, I think that would be better.
Didn't you say you mix Sweet Spirit and hairspray or something?
What I do is I'll put sweet spirit and I'll mix in my hand. What is it called? Not acrid. What is the whole one? The spray, the hairspray.
Finish.
Acrid finish. And sometimes I'll just go like that and I'll squeeze it in and I don't get the frizz, which I like. Because sometimes just sweet spirit, it softens it so much I'll get the frizz. But when I mix it with the finish, I don't know why. It keeps it in place, but it still feels like it's a little bit mushy.
Yeah.
I don't have to do that too often now. I guess it could depend on kind of where I'm going too. Because I had to go to Houston not too long ago. It was so humid there. That helped with that.
So we brush through our styling product. This is why I asked you if you style your hair. So that way we can make sure it gets roots to ends. And also because it'll kind of stay in the brush as well.
Yes. Oh, I do that.
Okay.
Tells you how much I'm trying to
That's okay.
lingo on all that.
Sometimes
Yes.
you don't know until you're doing it, you know.
So when I go to wash it, I don't need to comb it out. I don't need to do anything. I just get under the shower and just put shampoo and just comb it through, hand comb it through. Is that how I should shampoo it? Rather than before, I would wet it, comb it out, put it in twists, and then get into the water and shampoo it. So that is not what I'm going to do anymore. So now it's just walk into the shower as is.
Correct.
Interesting. I haven't done that in a long time. Okay, and then shampoo it. Just put shampoo with the roots. Good to get through it. Just get it through. And then condition the same way. Oh, that's so much more simple.
You do want to pull the shampoo down the hair, like
Yes.
through the curls.
Yes.
Yeah, to clean it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't do anything. I just get in the shower.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes you guys brush it out, don't you?
Oh, I like to
You brush it out
detangle
before
mine before I get in the shower.
Detangle before you get into the water. Detangle it dry.
Maddie, I normally put mine on soaking wet hair, so you guys don't have to have it that wet?
I might add some water right now.
Okay, I just want to make sure I get the technique down for what I need.
I'm
That's
not
fine.
adding water right now because after Brianna's class, I was like, I think we were adding too much water, and I think it dilutes the hold sometimes.
Gotcha.
So if I can get through her tangles without torturing her, then I haven't added any water.
Interesting.
So-
just
So I left a lot of water in. We didn't take any water out. We didn't towel dry her, but it's already evaporated and absorbed.
wow.
So, and that water takes it forever to dry also. So in the shower, you just put the conditioner on, and I just told her not to rinse it out.
Yeah.
Detangle and just don't rinse it out.
Okay, so let's see about this. So sometimes by the wash day, my hair is so big that I need to detangle it beforehand when it's dry. It'll get knotted.
Right.
So I guess I'll have to test and see. But get under the water, wash it, shampoo, and then condition a lot. Don't dry it. Leave
Right.
it in like as
Yeah,
it is.
Right.
And then my hair will be pretty wet. And add these products on top.
Yes.
So my conditioner is basically like a leave-in as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Unless you're doing the mask. If you're gonna add
Yeah.
the mask, then you would do the mask first,
Then shampoo.
and then shampoo first, hydrating mask.
hydrating mask.
Mhm,
Okay.
sorry, not the detox mask.
Okay.
I'm kind of jumping all over. I probably need to start from scratch so that I can run through my routine in my head because we're getting interrupted and like. So let me start from scratch so that I
Sure.
can say it right, and
Sure.
then we can go over it together.
Yes.
Okay, so we did the detox mask today to get out the
Yes.
gooey stuff.
Yes.
I don't think you'll need that unless you have hard water where you live, maybe once or twice a year.
Got it.
So then you're going to get in the shower, wet your hair very, very well,
Mhm.
and then shampoo your scalp.
Mhm.
So emulsify the shampoo in your hands,
Mhm.
and then get it straight to your scalp. So usually you have to kind of lean under
Uh-huh.
the hair.
Uh-huh.
You can't just put it all on top of the hair because you won't get to the scalp.
Yeah.
Right? So you gotta lean
Yes.
out and kind of go underneath the hair, get to the scalp.
Yes.
And
Work it in.
yeah, depending on how many pumps and it's just gonna depend on you and how much you can get in
Yes.
and lather. Add more water. It will make more bubbles.
Yes.
Okay. If you're going to do the hydrating mask, then it would rinse out the shampoo
Mhm.
and then do the hydrating mask and brush that through.
Okay.
Because that's when you can kind of detangle.
How often do you recommend a hydrating mask?
I mean, I used to say once a week,
Mm.
but once a week, every other week. Now that my hair's so healthy, I actually don't even do it anymore.
So maybe for me in the beginning.
I think in the
Every
beginning,
time.
once a week might be good.
I still do mine once a week. It still needs, the gray is dry though.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
got
an
it.
extra added punch of moisture right now.
Yes. Okay, got it. So the shampoo, hydrating mask. Okay, then. So I put in the hydrating mask, and then it's.
Yeah, so you can leave that in. You can detangle it, and then just shower,
Mm.
shave, do your other stuff in your shower.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
it's like a 5-10 minute mask.
Okay.
By the time you get through detangling,
Yes.
probably will be about that.
Okay.
It's not usually very slippery,
Mm-hmm.
so sometimes for detangling it's not awesome. So I used to mix a little bit of the Color Radiance with the hydrating mask to get a little slip so I could kind of detangle and hydrate at the same time. So if you do find that that's an issue, then I would add a little Color Radiance in with it to detangle.
Got it.
And then shower, shave, and rinse it out. Now, that mask, you can sleep in it.
Oh.
You could put it under heat. You can do, pretty much whatever you want with it. But I feel like using it consistency is better than waiting for treatment day that doesn't happen. So, you do you and what's good for your schedule. If you come home, you're gonna just wash it and you just want to condition it and rinse it out the next day. You could sleep in it overnight.
So like, I'm tired. I just want to do a shampoo, mask, go to bed.
Mm-hmm. The mask does need to be rinsed out though because it does
Yes.
have the protein in it.
Okay. And then it has to be on barely wet hair. So going to bed might be a little strange. 'Cause it'll be a wet
Yes.
pillow.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
No.
But there are people that like to do that stuff.
Wow.
I think you can get hydro fatigue too. Like if
Yes.
yours is too much, you wait.
I mean, if you did it every night, yes, but once a week wouldn't hurt.
Okay. Okay, good to know.
I think it
I'll
gets
do
the
it.
hydro fatigue from like wetting it every day
Yeah.
with
Mm.
water.
So are you doing volume first and then hold?
Yes.
Okay. And that's what you're doing on your side, Maddie?
Yes.
Volume, hold. Okay. So Kamaal, that's the styling. Or
Yes.
exact same as what I do.
That's good to know. Okay, so great. So shampoo, very wet hair, emulsify shampoo, shampoo with the roots, get all that done with the hair. Then the mask, rinse it all the way out really good, and then the conditioner.
Yes.
And the conditioner.
Yes. And the color radiance. So rinse out the mask, and then you're going to do some color radiance
Oh,
and run that through until it's slippery,
until it's
and then just leave it in.
leave it in,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be probably a little drippy. So then I walk out, and then I add these two products.
Right, but it was probably be about as drippy as you were right now.
Yeah.
You know, so it dries and absorbs so fast.
It does.
Right? So
Yeah, it
after
really
a while, like it's not dripping.
Yeah.
So that's
I know the top of that's like
right.
it's like nothing.
Yes, so that's the best part about organic right there is that conditioner is already absorbed and you can't even feel it in the hair.
No.
It just feels like raw hair, right?
Yeah.
So
It's funny when I was playing with her hair though, it dries so fast. I actually had to add water so to get the frizz down. 'Cause I was like, I've never seen anyone hair dry so fast.
I don't
Yeah.
know why it drives that fast.
Especially as much as it is.
Yeah, I can't understand why. Not concern, but it's more like, does it
It's-
evaporate or just absorb it? I don't know.
I think it's quite common.
Is it
Oh.
okay?
Yeah, it's quite common.
Okay.
I mean, her hair is long, so it's older hair. You know, she's had it for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a little dehydrated from
Mhm.
all the other chemically products.
Mm-hmm.
And the water just sits on the surface, so it hasn't really been penetrating.
Mm-hmm.
So as it starts to get more hydrated, it should hold the water a little bit better. Like mine starts dripping now. And I've been on intersex for a very long time. I don't have any more color in my hair. So I think it just depends on, I mean, everybody's texture is different.
Yeah.
But, you know, after that class with Brianna, I was like, I am not going to add any more water. Because their hair takes so long to dry anyway.
It takes forever.
And so if you're adding all that water, it's opening and puffing up the cuticle, right?
It takes forever.
And then if you're leaving too much conditioner in, or if you're putting like all those creamy products in, the creamy products puff up the cuticle too. So that all of that stuff dilutes the hold. So then you don't get defined ringlety curls
Yeah, exactly.
for that long. Okay, I'm coming to the top, so I kind of want to know where you want to part it. You pick,
It's
because
in the middle.
I think the Felicia Leatherwood works really good. I don't know if you have a favorite brush.
You have one of those.
You do.
I do.
I love these.
I think in the middle.
Okay.
It's in the middle.
Not to be picky, Maddie, but I think you need to go closer to the roots.
Okay.
With the product. Our roots puff. I don't know. Do you think?
I'll come over and check it.
Because this is the dry. I haven't put any product on this.
Yeah, but underneath, I think the other ones just go a little bit.
Yeah.
closer.
I mean, these,
We'll
yeah,
get a
I
little
haven't
afro
done
under
it.
there. Her hair is way flatter than mine, but I know the roots will puff. But then again, you kind of like the volume, right? Come on. You like it big. Look at me just backseat driving. Because I'm so used to doing it. Playing. I've probably done her hair more than anybody.
Definitely.
Not that they've always been good results, but in my test
I'll just wait for somebody to do other thing. I mean, this I haven't done these pieces yet.
maybe it's just your hair is driving so fast too.
But like this.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. Feel it.
I don't know. Can you feel it?
It could be, I just feel so product heavy, so I'm probably using too much product when I put stuff on her hair. I use a lot of product, but that could be too much.
I mean, yeah.
What do you think, Mom? You don't care.
I can't see as well as I see.
Oh.
I'm staying out of this. And also, since I can't see from the top, I can't see as well either. So.
If it feels
Switch
the same,
places,
that's
right?
fine. dries so fast. So that's what's throwing me off too. It's just drying.
Here, just mix that up and move it up the other side for me so I can see it.
Okay. What do you think, Sam?
Let me do a section and you stand there and watch me.
The roots for our hair is where it all goes wrong.
That is true.
Because that's where the puck is, and it's like, oh my
We're
god.
like, I concur. That's where it all goes wrong. That's funny. Never just where it all goes wrong.
I shouldn't say it like
No,
that.
you're fine, you're
Hilarious.
fine.
But
I just wanted to get those little tiny edgy ones right there.
oh yeah, they're really
Exactly.
small.
If those roots aren't
It's
smooth,
so
it's just.
funny.
You have the, are you using the Felicia leather one?
It's so funny.
Go ahead. Yeah, you're good. I can't see what I'm doing here, so.
That's fine.
Okay.
I never thought about it too deeply, so
I know.
I didn't know. I mean, I got the roots, but I never think like this is where it starts.
Yeah, if you don't get enough, then it could tough and rise. But you also don't want to put too much that it flakes either. So,
Oh God, I know.
so
I don't
I
like
think
that.
after you do that, Maddie, do that.
Okay.
Press it
So
down.
I just need to press it down.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, because I think.
Because everything
enough
else is good through the edges or the ends.
Yeah. Yeah, I could just make sure I press them down.
Tension.
Yeah. Always.
Man, 8.5 hours sounds like a long.
It's nice and streamlined.
Yeah, I just do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just need to really press it.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe just get the hold all the way up there.
Well, yeah, and I was doing smaller sections. So yeah, like that.
Maybe a little more product. So a little bit more weight.
It's funny, on my hair, the volume will lay it down and the hold puts it in place. But I don't know how does that feel on Kamal's hair. The volume really just tames my hair.
Yeah, it just moisturizes it, so it definitely gives her a lot of slip.
Like that feels like too much to me.
Yeah. But see how it's curling now? All the way to the root, and this is puffing and rising.
But is it gonna get flaky?
We'll see.
I got it.
Yeah, and just feel how light that is.
I mean, yeah, compared to that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
When I play with her hair, I could go heavy on the volume, not so heavy on the hold, and it wouldn't flake. Too much hold, I got flakes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But the volume never flaked. But it did lay my hair down, and it, I think that it's that moisture. Either way, it's gonna be awesome.
Well, you're here.
I'm just
You can talk.
I'm overthinking it because you have a video going, and then you can review it, and you can decide what you want to do on your own. Which I know you're not gonna do half as much work because you're a low maintenance.
Yeah, so.
But you'll have the video, and you can watch it. you will watch it. I know, because you will like to watch it. Be like, I need to. You love the research.
I do.
Yeah. So it's for both of us.
It's nice how you guys take such small sections. I still don't have the patience for that.
Oh, so that's what's recommended.
Yeah, well, that's,
Sections
you
is
get the best definition and stuff, but I get to the point where it's like, oh, I can't. But that's when you get the best
I think you can take bigger sections when it's your own head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
'Cause I'm like, okay.
And it's more like a feeling when you're doing your own head.
Mm.
You can just feel it. Yeah.
And I think I'm always heavy-handed in smaller sections on newer
Mhm.
clients. You know, you don't know how it's going to dry yet. You don't know how it's going to work. So, I'm a little more heavy-handed in that situation too.
Mhm.
But if you wanted to keep it fast and easy, I would just use volume. Because it's slippery, it's easy, you can brush it through. If you want extra hold and you're going 7 to 10 days and you really don't like
Mhm.
want extra hold photo shoots or weather, then you can layer over the hold.
Yeah, I think I probably have to just because it's gonna be typically 7 to 10 days. Typically.
Yeah.
So every day spray a little water in it though. What do you recommend? Like.
I'm not really a water fan because I feel like it kind of dilutes everything.
Yeah.
If you do your wash day routine and you can
Yes.
do semi-small sections, maybe not as small as this, but somewhere in
Yeah,
between
I
what
could
you've
do
been
that.
doing.
I could do that.
And then if you can get a really good wash day, then your refreshing day should be way easier.
And refreshing day is like mid-week or something like that.
Well, it depends on
Or
depends
what's
on your
different?
hair. Yeah.
And what does refresh day mean? What is that? entail?
That means like when you're not washing it,
Yes.
you're just refreshing it so that you can get out of the house and go.
Oh, so a couple products.
Take the frizz down.
Takes the frizz
Oh.
down, whatever got slept on,
Oh.
it got messed up.
Okay.
I would really try the pineapple ponytail.
Yeah.
Because I think that that's going to really help you in your sleeping and your refreshing.
Yes.
Because Kamaal, as an example, I did this Friday morning. I've not put one drop of any product, not even water, nothing on my hair since Friday morning.
Amazing.
So if you really take time on wash day, you
Which
get
I can.
the right
I could
amount of
definitely do
products
that.
in, you get the hydration, and you let your hair dry completely without touching your curls.
Yeah, I could do that too.
You could easily go. I can now go a full 5 to 6 days with no refreshing, no water, no nothing.
Yeah.
I get it all done on wash day, but it took me a couple of months to get to that point.
What do you
Yeah.
use to refresh it?
There's something called product they call Sweet Spirit, and I love the smell, number one. But I just put a little bit. I don't even squirt it on my hair. I just put a little bit on my hands, and I just put some in my scalp and squeeze it in my hair a little bit if I need it. That's normally day 5, and by then, typically I'm ready to wash again by day 6. So sometimes I don't even do that. So,
Well, because they're going to dry all crunchy in their cast, so they kind of stay together. So the stronger your cast on wash day, the better, because then the longer they will stay together. So then it makes refreshing a heck of a lot easier.
if at all, I'm almost to the point now where I don't even need it. It's amazing. You go from crunchy noodles to soft noodles. And then
Yeah.
when they're super soft noodles, then
Yeah.
it's time to
Go
wash.
from crispy ramen noodles. So I always say they should look like pasta noodles when they're wet, right? Like fettuccine, they could stick on the cupboard. And then as they dry, they're going to dry into crunchy little ramen noodles, and that's going to be your cast. And then once it's 100% dry, you can scrunch out the crunch. So
But not
that's the
before.
key. Yeah. Got to get the cast, but you also have to let it dry 100%. So that's probably the worst part for everybody because it feels like it takes forever and people want to touch it too much and then they break the cast before it even comes into fruition. It breaks up before it can even become a cast.
I had no idea you weren't supposed to touch your curls until they were completely dry. That changed the game for me.
I'm going to give it back to you and you can fix the part. Is that what you're looking at?
I mean, yes, that's what I'm looking at. But what did you say about me?
I said I'm going to give this back to you and you can fix the part. I just kept going because it was the top of her head. so is that yours?
Yes.
Is this mine?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to feel those little crunchy ends right there.
This one?
No, I want you to run your fingers down like that. Okay, so see how it's a little crispy still? Okay, so this is the sweet spirit she's talking about.
I love that stuff.
This is the spray leave-in conditioner that you can refresh with. Now, let me brush that through. Now feel it.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it equals, it helps. I can't get my words out today.
Even out the porosity.
Yes, it evens out the porosity. It helps a little extra hydration on those extra crunchy bits that are just your super curly bits.
Yeah.
You know. So that will add hydration in between your wash days instead of water.
Oh.
Right? Because water just, remember, dilutes your product.
Oh.
So if you're wetting it every day, but you're not adding more styling product, you're just diluting it and diluting it,
Yeah.
and then you just end up with a big puff ball, which is fun. It looks great when you have it like that. So it's just going to depend on you and what you like. So I now feel that. Right? It just takes that little crunchiness out. So if you wake up and there's just a few pieces that need fixed, then just spray a few pieces. Don't do your whole head.
Yeah.
So there's a girl we follow. What's her name? Anya. I can never say her name. Anaya. Anya. I know it has a Y in there. So she only refreshes around her front and maybe some top pieces. She leaves everything a little bit puffy and frizzy underneath because she likes the volume.
And her hair is.
It's huge.
She's, I think, half Guam, half black or something. And she's up in Oakland. I've watched a couple of her classes. She has a lot of hair.
Yeah, she does. So she only refreshes what she needs to. So if you take it down and it looks good, don't wet the whole thing.
Like I just did these pieces.
Because then you're, then you're wetting the whole thing again, and wetting the whole thing only makes it flat. Right? So water makes it flat, and then it dilutes your product. So water is, I think, the most important on wash day. By leaving in some of that conditioner, it's going to help hold that water in, and then finding the strong enough product that locks it in for you. That way you get defined, beautiful curls that stay moisturized and soft, but don't feel gooey. Yeah, that's looking good already. So that's what it should look like wet, like pasta noodles. Wet enough that you could fling them and they would stick. So heavy enough that you can have the weight of that to elongate your hair.
She has a lot of hair, but it's very manageable.
Oh yeah, it's definitely manageable. My pants are pulling down, sorry. I didn't want it to be on video.
Awesome.
Okay, so I think I'm going to try a little of this. Maybe just on her ends, because that's where it's just the tingliest, right? When we're trying to separate it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to spray a little right there. And a little right here. Maybe you want to move the... Instead of adding more water.
That sweet spirit smells so good.
Oh, so that is sweet spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And they sell it like in a 2-ounce size.
Yep, they sell a 2 ounce, they sell a 10 ounce, and they just came out with a refill pouch of it. Yeah.
I have the 2 and the 10 because like when you travel, I keep a little 2-ounce.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And a 2 ounce of volume. Because I find sometimes just adding volume to the pretty parts helps really redefine.
So maybe you section it in half, or you section, go back to your, what did you say, to your 4 or your, you know.
Well, when I actually comment out to add the product, I'll do 9 to 11
Little
sections.
sections. Okay. So you can keep doing that since you're already used to that. However you section, you know, this is just easiest for us because we're standing on top of you, you know, so sometimes it's about finding what's best for you. Like Maddie does the half, you know, the middle part, so she divides it in half, parts it, does the whole side of the, you know, side of your head, move to the other side of your head, move to the back. Sometimes I usually say start where it's the hardest because when by the time you get to the easier part, you have less patience, but it's easier. You know, where in the back it can be a little bit harder to get to, harder to reach. Some of my clients put their volume on in the shower. The I Create volume, because it's so slippery and you're already putting it on pretty wet hair, and if your hair dries that fast, it might not be a bad idea to put the volume on in the shower, because it will keep it wet, it will keep it from tangling.
It was just really big, so I needed to pull it apart a little bit.
So go like that. There.
Thank you.
Just instead of that, I don't like that separating from the,
You told me to pull them apart,
yeah.
because then it'll detangle easier
Yeah,
instead of brushing and brushing.
yeah. Depends on how many there are.
It was just the one, so I
Yeah.
just needed to pull it apart a little bit.
There might be more conditioner back here because I left some color radiance in. And plus I just put Sweet Spirit on it.
Completely different way of going about my hair.
Yeah, sometimes it's overwhelming and you know, I mean sometimes I'm still trying to figure it out too, you know.
That's good.
Yeah.
Always evolving.
Yeah. Trying to change, trying to make it easier, trying to make it easier. It's probably the hardest part. You know, because it's like you can't rush when you have that much hair. You just can't. Because you've got to get it roots to ends. I think that's the most important part. And clean ingredients. With those two things and a little bit of tension to kind of weigh down those curls, a heavier product is going to give you more hold, and then locking in the hydration. So it's like that part's more simple, less product, but maybe your wash day is a little bit more
Probably is actually easier.
detailed.
My wash, I think I'll make it a little easier because it was a kind of a thing to call it all out and I think it'll be easier.
Yeah, I don't like to brush hair dry. I don't know. It might.
I think my hair will tangle. If I've tried it, it's like
The
now
brush
it's not.
gets stuck in it.
It will. It will not go through.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just the way I was taught. I just have like, that's like, I think it's more fragile when it's dry.
Yeah, at least for me it
And
is.
you know, like for me too. I mean, it's fine, but if I rip through it, I'm like, that does not sound good. I'm sorry. I just don't think. So if you don't need to do it, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you can get in and we can just get that. I mean, your hair wet really well, right?
Yeah,
So like, the goal of that styling product now is to keep it wet looking. You know, is locking in. So like, I was like, you love your hair wet. The goal of finding the right styling product for you is to make
Lock
it look
it in
wet.
that state.
Right, to lock it in that state. Exactly.
I think that's why I go so heavy with the products, because for my hair, I need to go heavy to lock it in that state. But then, even like Anya says on her Instagram, you set yourself up for success or failure on wash day.
Exactly. I totally agree.
It's not the styling
Yeah.
after, it's wash day.
Yeah.
Everything.
And that's what I
sets
feel
you
like
up.
everybody tries to fix it after
Yep.
wash day. Too late.
Yep.
Gotta get her down on wash day.
Yep. That sets it up.
So my theory is if you don't have time, don't wash it. Don't even wet it. Put a shower cap on, put it in ponytail, braid it. Don't even wash it. If you don't have that time to like, no one's gonna know it's dirty. Curly girls don't smell. The oily girls smell. Oily straight hair girls, they smell. Curly girls, we don't smell.
That's true, because if you don't have time, then you're basically wasting your time and making your hair worse.
Yep, you're basically rushing it.
Because
Yep.
if you set it up, 90% of your style happens on wash day.
Yep, definitely. So if you can remember that, and you know,
That is not how we were taught, Cindy.
oh, I know.
We're taught just get through washing your hair so you can get to the styling, and then
Yes, because it's such a long process.
And even Brianna, Brianna, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was here before Nisa's here. She said the same thing about it's all about how you prep the hair in the bowl. She's like the styling starts in the bowl,
Yeah,
which is during the wash process.
yeah. Which for me at the bowl is really hard because I
You have a lot of hair.
well, it just doesn't. They don't work in the bowl. Like there's too much. You can't get to every single piece of hair.
Oh, I meant actually think about your shampoo as part of your styling.
Oh yes.
So I
like
started
not making a mess out of your shampoo.
Exactly, because I was
Yes.
just throwing shampoo on and making a frizzy mess and rinsing it out. And what I
Yes.
started doing after watching what she did with Denise, I don't know if this is right or not, but it's helped. When I have my shampoo in my hair, I section it into like 4 or 5 pieces, and I actually brush with a wet brush, Felicia Leatherwood brush. I brush the shampoo through, and I gently massage my scalp with the brush as I'm doing it. And my hair is so much more manageable and straight when it gets to the styling part. Because the shampoo, I guess, breaks down the cuticle in a certain sense.
Right. Well, it opens the
It
cuticle.
opens it, right?
Yeah.
So I was
So
thinking,
yeah, I know her theory of like aligning the curls while you're shampooing. It makes sense, but if it's a big tangly mess,
exactly. You got to get it clean, detangled and smoothed out first. I didn't understand that aligning the curls. Honestly, I was here, but I was like, I don't really know what she was talking about. So I'm like, I'm probably not going to do that because I don't understand it.
well, it's just making them like smooth out, like how you can already see the curls when they're wet,
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
versus like right now, puffy frizzy
Yeah.
curls. You know, so that puff and frizz turns into curls as soon as they wet it. You know, so I think aligning it is like detangling it, getting out all the old dead hair, you know, and just smoothing that cuticle from root to end. So that way, when you go to condition, it's kind of locking that in. I haven't had that experience yet. I didn't have it last week. You know, I don't know.
How long was the girl's hair that you were doing?
Like super short.
Oh, but it was super thick and
Yeah, and it was super tangly.
and super dry.
So I'm like, hers is tangly, but like nothing. Like last week, I couldn't even get my finger through it.
It's dry. Very
I mean, I couldn't even find my finger. Like, I can put this in and I can see my finger. Hers was like so thick. It was so kinky to her root. So it was a mass amounts of hair. But you know, I
And
think
that type of hair tends to be very dry.
yes, yeah. And plus, she does a whole bunch of stuff to it. She does a whole bunch of braids. She does a whole bunch of stuff that you know. and then she doesn't wash it for like months.
Months? I feel like that would make my head itchy.
Yep,
Itchy scalp.
months.
I wonder why.
Why?
Because it's a lot of work.
But water is hydration. If you're not washing for months, it
I
gets
know.
dry.
That's what I told her. I'm like, you can't go months. You could go weeks.
I can't even go
10
weeks.
days, like that's your max. 10 to 12 days. But if you're going over a month, you're not hydrating that hair, and then that hair is all sitting in there, and the dead hair
Your
is sitting in there.
scalp is gonna get infected and gross.
Well, she doesn't wet it, so
I can't. 7 days is my max. Like I just can't. My hair just starts to feel gross. Not like it's dirty or anything, but I just need water in my hair. It just feels good.
yeah. Well, it is a lot less maintenance. You know, even though wash day is longer, I think eventually, over time, it just gets better and better.
Yeah, because your hair gets trained.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, for Kamal's hair, I mean, it's already amazing. So I mean, there's so many things you can do. I just don't even want to like bombard her because she's low maintenance, you know. But I mean, there's creams, there's foams, there's all kinds of things you can do. So if this combo doesn't work for you, you just let me know.
Yeah, there's a lot of different options.
Do you guys follow the Cut It Kinky girls?
Who is this?
It's called Cut It Kinky. And then her cohort was, they just broke up, but broke up the partnership. So it was called Chocolate Girls. I Am Black Girl Curls.
Oh, Black Girl Curls, yeah. I follow her, I watch a lot of her stuff, but she's kind of negative. It turns me off. Like,
Yeah.
she's got an attitude.
Yeah, they get a little political sometimes too.
Yeah.
I know, it's not like not
And
the
just
place.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, we're just talking about hair.
Right.
Okay? Keep it light.
Yeah.
So I don't really watch her anymore because I feel like it's being chastised. And it's like, y'all taking it too serious.
Yeah, Cut It Kinky's, she's a little bit less.
Oh, so I Am Black Girl Pros used to have a partner.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But everyone swears by I Am Black Girl Pros. Like, that's like where all the new black curlies go to start. Then she has this hair program that's $25 a month and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, her vibe is just off. So it's not fun.
I know, she's a little off-putting.
Have you met her?
No, I have not, but I did meet Elise. Just recently. I've known her for years, funny, but you know, we don't ever get to meet. So she was at the InnerSense event.
Okay.
And she uses InnerSense, but she doesn't work for InnerSense.
Gotcha.
So she likes to keep it to what she wants to use, not what they tell her to use. But I'm taking her class the end of July. So
Is it in person?
yes, it is.
Hi.
How are you?
Welcome.
I'll
Go
go
ahead.
to.
You can come on and have a seat. Do you need a restroom or anything? Alright, I'll go grab the office for you.
That's what I liked about Rihanna. She had good energy. Like, she was just.
Sweet, kind,
Yeah, it's
humble.
Like, don't be so angry.
She'll be right with
I
you.
know.
Can I offer you anything to drink or anything? You can have a seat. There's water. Would you like anything else? Alright, I'm gonna set some.
Oh, stuff not in there.
You want more?
He just kind of took over. Yeah, there's enough negativity online. I don't need that when I'm just trying to figure out how to do my hair.
I
It's
know.
just, it's
to
I don't know because I'm not getting that. I mean, I'm getting a little bit of it, but I'm not getting what you're getting. So I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why you're getting that to help you. Smaller sections.
yeah, teeny tiny sections.
I put a little sweet spirit on it.
Okay, I'll just do as small sections as I can get, even if it's not the whole thing.
So I should help first start on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. This is her densest section too, so.
In that danger zone. I've tried so many things in that zone.
Yeah,
You're right, Kamaal.
that zone's gonna be really interesting. That might have to be a different
Even.
No, it's working.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Brush and nice to meet you. Follow me.
I think I put inner peace on it once, but it was
In the back?
It worked, but it was hard.
Yeah, I don't know about inner piece on
It
it.
was hard. Yeah,
I think the creamy is not good because I think it just puffs up the
it
cuticle.
does. Yeah.
So I do
Wow,
that.
so really just two
I
products.
turn and do that.
Yeah. Once it's
So
like
it's
out
the
of the
section.
yeah, it's not. Yeah, like once it's like that, it's fine. It's like taking it out of the thing
Okay.
because I feel like you taught me to pull it apart, not like run my finger through it. So I'm trying to pull it apart gently.
Yeah. Maybe you just need to
I think
go.
I'm just too gentle
Or,
because that looks like you're using. Yeah, I'm too gentle. Yeah, I'm just more gentle. That's it. It's not doing.
I know it's kind of
anything.
a feeling I can't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no,
Is she more gentle than I am?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, then that's good. That's your answer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I get to
But
like,
you can pull too. Like,
I
that's
get
not
to
true.
where like
I
I
don't mind.
separate it and
I'm
then like
stuck.
I can't separate it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then
and
watch
then
what I do.
Like I feel the pulling, and it's not no problem either.
Okay, I think I just try to find the knot and pull the knot apart
Okay.
so that I'm not pulling the whole section.
Right. So
And then I think you think I'm getting stuck on the knot, but I'm
Yeah.
just trying to separate it.
yeah. So I would say just section it first. Get the section out. Get that out of your way. Detangle. Then if you have a knot, then get to the knot
Yeah, it's just sometimes I can't separate it because there's a knot that's
in the middle.
Yeah,
Right.
like that's what's keeping it
So
attached.
then I kind of just go around the knot.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Find
Alright.
it so that I can just.
Cool.
Some of this stuff I can't. You can't speak it. It's a feeling, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sitting here watching her, going, "Hey, what am I doing that she's not doing, and what am I not telling her that I can make this easier for her?"
Figured out.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like detangling it before putting the volume on works really well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though it's a little puffy and frizzy, I mean, if I add a little bit of water, here's the good thing about Inner Sense too. You add a little bit of water, it's going to reactivate all that conditioner. So just by adding water, you see it's all milky.
Yeah.
So it just reactivated all that
Oh,
conditioner.
I see.
So I don't need to really
Helps
put
with the
more in.
detangling
Yes.
before
Yep.
the other two products.
Yes. So if you get stuck and you're like, okay, it's dried out, now what? Just add a little, and I like warm water. Warm water opens up that cuticle. So when that cuticle is open, it's more accepting, I feel like, especially of the product.
Mm-hmm.
So just by a little warm water will reactivate that, and then add your styling product.
And is it both products mixed together on the detangled hair, or is it one and then layer the other on top?
I like to layer because the volume is super slippery. So like right now I put the volume on
Okay.
and now I can detangle it super easy.
Uh-huh.
And that brush is great because you can kind of turn it and get closer to
Yeah.
your head
Yeah.
versus, you know, trying to get the
Yes.
whole brush or a round brush.
Yes.
That brush you can turn and get right to your scalp and brush that volume through while keeping the tension on it,
Yeah.
keeping that smooth
Tension.
cuticle. And then when I feel like it's all smoothed out, then I take the hold.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, when it's smooth.
right. So it's hydrated, it's detangled.
Yeah.
And then wet it just a bit.
Yeah.
And then the volume is also going to wet it. So the volume has a lot of water and aloe vera in it too. So that's why I feel like adding too much water,
Yeah.
the volume
Oh.
wasn't holding.
Yeah.
You can lose it.
Yeah.
So the slip is great, but then it's not doesn't have enough hold. So
Mine's
now,
like a miracle elixir.
yeah. So now
Oh,
that
yeah.
I've got it all slippery, now I'm just going to take like a pinch of the hold, like just enough to kind of coat my hand. Like
Not
I
much.
barely, like maybe the size of a pea.
Oh.
Like I just enough to coat my hand
Oh.
to lock it in.
So the hold is just a lock in.
Because it's thicker, so
Yeah.
it's got a little bit more weight. It's got a lot more hold for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm still in just keeping that tension and trying to keep smoothing them all out while I'm doing it. And that brush and tension, which you know you can do various ways.
Yeah. That's a big thing, the tension. 'Cause I don't know if I did much tension before. It was more just some, but not that much.
Yeah. And tension's okay because it's wet. It's full of
Exactly.
product.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have heat and tension. I think that's when the damage came was the heat and the tension. You know, we're trying to really change that shape of the cuticle, but this is just really what I'm trying to do is just smooth down that cuticle. So they stop doing that. See how they start kind of popping up like, what do we used to call that? Webbing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they start popping up like spider webs, right? They start separating like that. You see the difference between those? So when they start separating, they're leaving the building, right? So then they puff and rise and they're gone. So if you can catch them now and smooth them all down almost and like stick them together, I feel like that's the key. And that elongates everything too, because we're still pulling from the root, you know, and that's keeping that long all the way down. And then if it's too crunchy or I feel like I missed a piece, then I'm just snipping off the little tail ends. But I haven't had to do that too much. So feel that right there. Just water, no conditioner, or conditioner, no product.
Yeah.
Now feel that section back there. So you can feel the kind of the weight of it, like so how much product's in it.
Not too much though. Not compared to what I used to be.
Well, probably just
Too much.
yours just is more coated feeling, more producty feeling.
Very much so.
So, you know, Inner Sense is light. It doesn't feel like there's product in the hair, but you do have to put enough of it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Especially on wash day.
That's nice though.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. And, you know, I mean, already the front's drying, and you can already tell what the front looks like. So if your front was puffing and rising and didn't look good, I'd be like, okay, this isn't it. But when I look at it, we've been working on this back here. The front looks good. That tells me it's a good sign. And you don't have to diffuse. You know, diffusing is, you know, I always say it's a personal preference. People love it or hate it. I personally love it because I want volume and I want more curl. But you have a lot of hair. But for you, I think diffusing would be beneficial right in the beginning. So get all your product on, turn the blow dryer on, and just start pointing up at you. If you've got a drawer in your bathroom, you can open the drawer and put the diffuser and lay it in there and just get the heat blowing up at you. Because anything that heat is going to do is going to lock in that product as well. So the sooner you can get the cast, the better. The quicker you can get your product on, the better. But you know that's the trickiest part. But I think then when you go into diffusing and you can lock that cast in there faster, you can get that heat blowing up at that hair. That helps set everything that you just did here.
Mm.
Instead of walking out into the environment or
Uh-huh.
putting a hoodie on or, trying to air dry,
Yeah.
I would say get a little bit of the cast first and then air dry.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you say, high and hot? Is that what you
Yes.
Oh,
Go
high.
Go high and go hot.
Oh,
But
yeah.
high, like, not too close to
High
your head.
heat.
High heat.
High heat and hot.
Oh.
Well, high blow. Sorry.
High blow.
High blow, high heat.
High heat. Oh.
So
But
that's
not
what I
too
mean, high
close
and
to your
hot.
head, like hold it out here or something. I can't remember what you told me.
Hover.
Hover. Yeah. Don't touch your hair. So you're
Oh.
gonna put the heat on, but it's not gonna like touch your hair.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through that next. But I feel like the sooner I can get that heat on, the better.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So I do my hair first when I get out of the shower instead of doing everything else.
Oh yes, I do.
Right.
I do that too.
Right.
I make it a whole
Oh,
hour
yeah.
and a half.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my husband's like, okay, see you in 2 hours.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's normally how I do it too.
Yeah.
Not normally. That is how I do it too.
Yeah.
And after I would do I didn't diffuse, but I wouldn't touch it. I would just let it sit.
Right.
No
Right.
hoodie, no nothing.
Right.
But
Well,
diffuser would be good.
yeah, a diffuser would be good just because that heat will help set that product.
Yes.
So then, once you got just a little bit of a cast, and sometimes it will take 10 minutes. It depends. I mean, if your hair dries fast, it can dry fast. The thing with InnerSense is it's going to dry from the inside out. So it's going to feel dry, it's going to feel crunchy, and then if you started touching it, you feel that moisture.
Huh. Wow.
If you broke up the cast too soon,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think that takes getting used to. Like, okay, it's got to be dry. I've been sitting here for an hour.
Yeah.
Sometimes not. So it kind of dries from the outside in. So if it locks that cast on the outside, then it's going to wait and dry from the inside out. So that's why I think the high and hot's okay. Because before, when we were round brushing or flat ironing, we took all that moisture out of the hair. We've just put a ton of moisture into your hair. Between the conditioner and water, and the gels all have water. And now all we want to do is dry that in the hair. So that hair is already protected. You've got your heat protection that everybody talks about. It drives me crazy with that damn heat protection. But I'm like, you don't only need heat protection from irons and stuff that change the structure of that cuticle.
Like direct contact.
Yes, direct contact. This, we're just going to hover and dry. So,
That's great.
yeah. I mean, so the hood dryer is great as long as it doesn't blow your hair around too much. If it blows your hair around too much, then that's not going to be good.
Yeah, I have one that just has a downward thingy.
Uh-huh.
Because some of the really fancy ones have this, what do they call it? Like centrifugal or something. It pulls your hair up and blows it around. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yes.
For washing though, you look like you stuck your fingernails on.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yes, that's why I don't have hooded dryers. I could never find one that was good.
Yeah, honestly, the cheap ones just go down, but they're not like the
They're made for little old lady roller set dudes.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not made for hair dry. I think they're getting a little bit better now that the curly world is,
Remember when I was gonna order Kamaal, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't get it because I read the fine print and I saw some pictures and it pulls your hair up to dry. It's like if you're gonna have a roller set.
Right.
I'm like, no, that's not gonna work
No.
at all. So I just stuck with my old one, which works fine. I just was trying to be fancy. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I've tried a few of them. I've returned them.
And most of your clients, their hair's probably too long for them anyway.
Yeah. That's the
Wow.
biggest problem.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
If your hair is past your shoulders, it's really not gonna work.
Nope. Yeah, the Diva dryer, when they had that big hood dryer, thought it was going to be great because it had like,
A lip or something?
it had like this. It was like this big. It was ginormous.
Whoa.
It was ginormous. Okay.
Like you're sitting in a capsule or something.
Yes. But the problem with it was they drilled holes into the plastic. They just stuck a blow dryer in the back. So there was no motor. There was no oomph.
Oh.
So you were relying on this blow dryer that's back here, going through all these little tiny holes
Yeah.
to diffuse it, which
Yeah.
makes sense. I'd lift it up after 20, 30 minutes of hair and be like, so wet. I was like, this was a waste of time. So we'd end up having to diffuse it anyway.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I was like, nope, you can have this. I
What about those infrared like lamp thingies? I've seen that.
Yeah,
Looks crazy.
we have one.
Does that work?
We've tried it. Yep, we're gonna try them again probably, because it moves. It blows air.
Oh, it does blow air.
It blows air, but it doesn't blow like a dryer blows.
So it's literally a heat lamp with a little bit of air.
Yep.
And how do you feel about that?
I like it. I like it. I liked it so much I saved it from my very first salon, and it's been in the garage all this time. So when we moved here, I told my husband, I go, hey, pull that out, plug it in, see if it works.
And it kind of circulates around your head?
This one, no, it's
Okay.
I mean, this one's probably like 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
It's more square, so it kind of does this.
Interesting.
So it's got a lamp here and two that do this.
Very interesting.
We call it the praying mantis.
Huh. It looks so futuristic.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I wonder if that actually works.
Well, the same thing. You know, it would dry the outer
Yeah.
edge of it, but didn't always get underneath in the roots.
Yeah.
So I feel like they all kind of have their, you know, drawbacks. Like nothing is like been like, oh, that's it, order 5 of them. You know, I still think diffusing is the best because you can control it. You can get as close as you want. You know, some people are sensitive; they don't want to have high heat. Then you can adjust that on a dryer. You can't really adjust that. And sometimes the blow on the dryer is just too much.
Yeah.
Some have sensory issues, you know, it's too loud.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, I love the Shark blow dryer and diffuser for my home dryer. It's amazing. But it is way too loud. You cannot hear over it on the video. It has that weird technology, high pitch. It almost sounds like a Tesla. Yeah, it has this high pitch frequency.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and sometimes if I get it too close to my ear, I'm like, ooh,
It
that's
just fries the electromagnetic, whatever.
Yeah.
It's too high. It must drive dogs crazy.
It does. My dog like gets up and he's like, I'm like,
Yeah.
bye. Like, I know how to get him out of my bathroom. Here you go. Let me turn on the blow dryer. But I'll tell you, that thing dries my hair, sets it up faster than I've ever had. So, and it's like $200 on Amazon. Order that with a diffuser. That I feel like is the best one. We use the Bioionic here because it helps blow dry the moisture into the hair
Oh, interesting.
versus drying the moisture out, because most blow dryers were meant to dry the moisture out of the hair. That's why back in the day, when we blow dry everybody straight, we didn't put conditioner in the hair. And if we wanted to dry them fast, you know, my stylist is like, okay, wash her, rinse a little bit of conditioner, and don't use any conditioner in her hair because it would take too long to dry. So you think now, fast forward to curly world, all we do is leave all this water and conditioner in the hair. It's going to take longer to dry. But the curls look amazing.
Such a science to it. Once you get it, it's very consistent.
And your mom, she's so fun.
She is.
I'm going to hire her.
Yeah. She'd be an asset. She always is. Wherever she goes.
What does she do now? Is she still accounting?
Mhm.
She is?
Yep. CPA.
I didn't time myself, but you started the video, right?
Yeah, it's all. It's at 1 hour 15.
1 hour 15. It took us to put product in your hair.
Okay.
How long do you think you spent on it?
No less than half an hour.
Okay.
Just with the product itself.
Right. But wash and
The whole process from start to finish, probably an hour and a half.
okay.
And that's with the detangling before washing. Before I would just wet it and then comb it out.
Right.
Put it in sections, remove the roots, let the soap rinse down, condition, and then put in the comb it out again after the shower with 3 products.
Right.
So hour and a half.
I made a mess. I have a microfiber bath mat in my bathroom. I highly recommend that.
Yeah.
Because then I just stand on that and I
Yeah.
just do all mine. I just let it drip.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put a towel down.
Yep.
Like an old towel
Yeah.
Yeah.
for cleaning. I
I
put that on the floor.
fiber one though. That's
Yeah.
really thin.
Mhm. No, it's actually thick. I have it like Target.
Oh,
It's like a pad.
Oh, interesting.
You know, like a mat.
Mm.
So I think the good part of that is because I just let it dry.
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't ever really. I probably wash it like once a month. I don't wash it very
Oh,
often.
your hair? Once a month?
No, the mat.
Oh, the mat. I was about to say, I'm like, what?
No, the mat in the bathroom. So
Oh, that's interesting.
I just let it dry because it's kind of like it's got the matte material
Yeah.
and then the microfiber is on the top,
Got it.
so it dries.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So
That is
instead of a
super
wet
thin
towel,
a microfiber towel, but then
Right.
throw that in the washer after. So that's interesting.
that's been the best thing I've found because then I can just stand there and drip and make a mess and I don't feel like. Okay, so we're gonna go into diffusing bathroom break or anything yet?
Maybe I will use that.
Anything else to drink yet? I should have asked you that an hour ago.
Water, coffee, tea, sparkling water, soda.
Oh, thank you for offering, but I'm good. Maybe bathroom break though.
Martha, anything for you?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna take this off so you
Sure,
can use
thank
the
you.
bathroom
Thank you.
easier. You can keep the gray one on so you don't get all
Sure.
cold and wet.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And let me blow off my hair.
Oh, sure.
There you go. Drink of water.
Now you got all the girls in my family.
I know, I love that too. Like the aunts, the sisters, the neighbors, the cousins, like it's, you know.
You would have my sister, but she lives in Valencia, so that's a bit.
That's far. There's a good one in Pasadena.
Oh, really?
Ronnie Jones.
Ronnie Jones.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll
You
look
guys
her up.
actually look a lot alike.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie Jones.
Mhm.
Because she has 3 daughters and they all have a ton.
Oh yeah.
They're all
She's,
biracial, so they have a ton
yeah,
of
she's
big curly
fabulous.
hair.
She's done a lot of the kaikiki and I think she uses Intersense too.
I'll have to let her.
Yeah, Ronnie Jones. I don't know what her salon name is or if she has a suite or what, but I know her name. I've been to classes with her. She's really great, really sweet. So anyone up in the Pasadena, LA area is usually where I refer her.
Yeah.
And she's amazing.
Ronnie Jones.
So
I'll let her know.
okay. also, so that's why I had a band-aid or what do we call it? Glove down. Okay. Stragglers. All right, you can stretch for a little bit if you want. I'm gonna run to the restroom too.
Pearl Jones, Ronnie J. LA's Tight Curl Authority. I was just telling her about Stacy and Warren and all them. I'm like, Orange County's too far for them. So she recommended me. Somebody in Pasadena. Okay, got it. Jones. I'll let Shelby know too. Because Orange County's too far from them.
That's a great photo. Different.
Mm-hmm.
We never have Asian people in curly hair photos.
Especially short.
So it's good they put her.
Yeah, it's cute too. Wow. Yeah, she's LA's Tight Curl Authority. So check out.
Tight curl authority.
Ryan Jones. Yeah, so she's calls herself LA's Tight Curl Authority. So she specializes in tight curls. Okay, that's good. I'll let the girls know. Since that's in Pasadena. Closer for them. Oh, you're just having your. I think you had your noodles. What is that?
Chia seeds and flax seeds and goji berries.
How does it get green? Dr. Schultz? Yep. Well, you're not going to be hungry for a while. You're not going to be hungry for a while. That's the thing. Let me see what time to toss it because I think it closed. Let's see what their schedule is. I took my glasses off. I can't see. Oh, here's the I'll share.
Oh no.
Yeah, because you don't need the blow drying.
How much did it go?
I think so.
It's a long one.
Yeah, I think it's a long one too. We are going to lean you back unless you're going to drink your juice for a little bit.
I already took a good amount, so I'm good.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
This. Well, we usually unclip it though.
Yeah, true. Yeah, she's got the top.
Yeah. I'll just.
Okay.
Those are so pretty, aren't they?
So we are going to lean you back. So this lays back like the dentist chair.
Great.
I'm gonna take your jug and
Oh sure.
I'm gonna leave it up here just so it doesn't spill on. Yeah, I mean if you feel this, it's almost dry. Almost.
I don't know how her hair dries so fast.
Hey.
It's a good thing though.
Yeah.
Right.
Mine
Right?
takes forever. I have to sit under the dryer.
Yeah. I think her back is gonna take longer
Yeah.
than her front.
Yeah.
And I think it's just probably because the curls are bigger up front, so they probably absorb faster. I don't know. It's just my weird theory. I don't really have any like proof to that, but I agree. And we started there an hour ago, so it's had an hour to process and dry. Yeah. So, sorry, forgive my mirror. It's a little dirty. So I'm just gonna show you. So we're just gonna hover. Oh, okay.
So I can see.
I know, I'm saying right. I can't see up close. They're not be able to see far away either. So we go high and we go high. And we open that diffuser as much as we can, get as much air blowing as possible. You can go nice and close, like if you want to rush it, get up to that root and just kind of stick it in there, but move it around. So now we're not doing any of this. We're not doing any touching. Just put it in, get it nice and hot, move it. Put it in, get it nice and hot, move it. Usually I lean out, sit on the edge of the bathtub or a chair, because then you can kind of rotate around and they will move themselves because they're all heavy and wet and full of products right now. So you can just let the air do its thing and then you can just move your head and the curls will move.
Like if they put it in a drawer.
Yeah, yep. So like I have these little drawers right by my thing. So I pull out the drawer, make sure nothing is behind here that catches on there, that will catch on fire. Won't catch on fire, but it will burn out the motor. So I put it on high and I put it on hot, and I lay it like that, and then I do this, and I make it. So I can just stand there now. I do all my face lotion. I do all my body lotion. And then I go, and then I brush my teeth, and when I get to brushing my teeth, I go down here. And I brush my teeth, and I do, and whatever else I need to do. Hang up the towel. Anything that just gets that air hot part. And especially because there's so much rain this season, it's so cold and wet, I feel like, so, the hotter the better.
So I didn't know that. I thought the high heat was a damage from the girl.
I don't
Only
think
on the
so.
wet.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Especially like once a week for 20
Yeah,
minutes.
I mean, I had my client last week said that. And I said, well, I've been doing once a week for 18 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, I know you've been told heat damage is bad, and yes, it is, but it's that manipulation of the cuticle, flattening it, the direct. This is indirect. You know, we're just holding it and letting it cover.
And I used to flat iron my hair.
That's way more damage. But, you know, when the whole curly thing took off,
Right.
it was all about no heat, you know. Well, that's fine and dandy, but everybody comes in so much healthier now. You know, it's like the same thing I get questioned about hot water. Oh, I can't wash my hair in hot water. I'm like, yeah, you can. Because you can't clean the bacon grease pan in cold water and no detergent. And that's basically like what Diva Curl is doing. You know, warm water, no lather. So you didn't clean that scalp, you didn't clean the hair. So, you know, you need hot water and hot air to open that cuticle. And if you're not going to diffuse, then just air dry. But if you can diffuse, just feel this stuff right here. So there's your gel cast. Alright? So if you can just diffuse until it gets like that almost everywhere, then go air dry the rest of the way. Go put your face on. That's usually what I do. I'll sit there and get a cast, and then I clip because I have flat roots and curl. So I get a cast, I clip, and then I go put my face on. Behind my makeup tray, I have a standing heater, like a floor heater kind of. So it's 3D, so it rotates this way, and then it has vents that go this way. It's in my package. It's genius. So I put that on right behind my makeup tray. I sit there with my makeup on, and I do the same thing with the tray behind me. And then when I go out and do my mascara, I go like this, and then I flip over to the other side.
Yeah.
And the heat is back there drying the back of your head, which is going to take the longest for you to dry.
It is.
So, didn't do your makeup, I highly recommend that. You know what else I found out lately, and every time I do my hair, I think about it and then I forget to order it. The microphone stand.
Yeah.
The microphone stand,
That's what I was wondering.
and they have it on the stand, almost like a tripod,
Yeah.
and it has a clamp, and it just holds the blow dry.
That's perfect.
Genius. 'Cause some of my clients can't hold their arms up, shoulders, drop, you know. So I want to order one of those because I want to try it because I haven't tried it, but I've seen people do it. And so at least that goes up forward. If you're standing and doing makeup, that would work because you could just leave your blow dryer and diffuser on.
You would think somebody would actually design
I
something
know.
just for it.
I wanted to, but
It's no joke, right?
yeah. The caption money and all, oh my god. You need so much money to do that stuff. But I don't know how people do it. They must have investors.
Yeah.
I must not be staffed enough. Like, that's when I wish I would have took business classes. Like, to know that stuff, to be able to invent some of the stuff that I've thought of that somebody else has already invented. But that microphone stand, you might check into that. So, you can feel, and you know what the, yeah, and you know what the diffuser does? So, it just gives you the hot air without the force. Right? Because if you take this off, that force is your air. Now, you know, at the end, and if you do want more volume, we take the nozzle, we take the diffuser off, and yes, because once you've got that cast, and then you want a little bit more volume, you can pull, stretch. Remember how much she was doing that in the cast? I did that on my client last week. It worked really good. And Deanna was like, "Oh my God, you're touching it a lot." But I was like, it is so stuck to her head that like I had no fear that it was not. It was the curls weren't going to fall apart. Where you did that to my head, it would be straight. So there's a beautiful thing about having tight curls because once you learn them and learn what to do, then you make it your own. You manipulate it, and I think as your hydration level gets better, your applying the product time should get less, right? Because if those curls are softer, it absorbs the moisture better, it holds the product better, you can move faster. So I think in the beginning it's a trial and error for sure.
It took me a few months for my hydration level to
Yes,
like
it
now
does.
it's so
Yeah,
it's really way easier.
yeah, it definitely takes a while for it. And you know, if it's 2 months, that's really only 8 washings. If you think about it, like it seems like a long time, but that's only really 8 washings. So we've already detoxed you. So, you know, give away the product you have, or return it, or bonus it to somebody else, or let your husband use it. I mean, the best part about Innocence, it's not just a curly hairline. So your husband should be using it too. So good clean products help them not go bald. You know, and men's products are super, super duper goofy and fragranty. So he can use what you use. Yeah. My husband uses my color shampoo. He's like, but it says color on it. I go, just use it. You don't need to worry about it. It lathers, it cleans. You just have to teach them like half the pump.
He doesn't need a lot anyway.
Right.
All of them don't.
Yeah, I'm really good there. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. It's just hard getting through that detangling adding product stage. That's what I'm really hoping to catch people to help me with, so that I can help you with that. But sometimes it is what it is. You can't go faster. You go faster, you get puffy roots, you don't get curls, or, you know, and back in the day, we just used to use water and conditioner. That's all we had. We didn't have any gel, we didn't have any of that.
I love the cannabis stuff.
Yes.
You know, it's just like the flax seeds and all that other stuff.
When I was in Long Beach, and this was all starting to, you know, girls were walking in with curly roots and straight ends, and You know, I was like, I didn't know what to do, but all I knew what I learned was water and conditioner. And Heaven and Hair was their hydrating mask. That's what I styled with. I left in the mask because it was heavy enough, it was creamy enough, but it would dry.
Yeah.
And so for years, that's all we styled with.
Yeah.
Because when Diva Curl came out, she had 3 products. You know? So I feel like, you know, it's evolved for the better, but sometimes the worse.
Well, it's a bit much tonight.
Yeah. I mean, and if your hydration gets better and this becomes not enough hold for you, I would ditch the volume and go straight to hold. So if you get your slip and it's staying wet and you're not having to get that added slip from the volume, you could maybe go down to just hold.
Now, someone to do that.
Yeah, someone to do that. You gotta move fast because it's thick, it's sticky, it dries fast. So your hair really has to retain that water before you can go down to just that. That's why I think they made the curl memory, because the curl memory has the slip. But I agree with you. It's something in the texture.
There's something I just can't crack the code on.
It's only like one little tiny kid that we had great success on with, and I don't know why.
And how many times have you used it?
Quite a few.
And still,
I mean, we've all used it on our hair. We've used it on different types of hair. But when I saw my friend in Texas, you know, she was talking, she raves about it, and I was like, I don't get it. And she does hair like me, like ladies. So, and I was like, it's got to be the humidity.
there you go.
There's way more moisture in that air, so
I think
it doesn't get that crunchy. And I do think she adds water when she styles. So, you know, after Brianna's class, I was like, I'm not adding water anymore. Because unless you need it to get the tangle out, but you're just diluting that product.
As long as it's wet enough.
It is wet enough. And it's slippery enough. And it's almost better than water because our water's so hard here. You know, it's full of minerals, it's full of chlorine. So that's why adding that water every day can give you that hydro fatigue because it's opening the cuticle and closing it, opening it, closing it, opening it and closing it. So if your wash day is good and hydrated and you've locked all that in there, then you don't need to add water the rest of the week.
That's great.
Yeah. Maybe a little sweet spirit or a little foam. Foam might be good for you to refresh because it's super light. But you could also refresh the volume because it's so slippery. Yep.
With just a few pieces.
Yep, just a few pieces that you need to reboot. Try it, mist a little water on a piece, put more volume on, see what it does. On the other piece, try just volume. Because what that's going to do, it's going to recast also. You're going to get another crunchy cast. Gotta let it dry, and then scrape it out. So when you add water, it's going to take longer for it to dry. And refreshing should be like surface. It should be like a couple pieces, the top layer. It shouldn't be as deep as wash day.
I just put volume on my little trench here, and it cuts right back up, and now it's
Yes.
I didn't think
Yeah. So that's why I say spot refresh. If you don't need it, don't do it. If there's only a couple pieces, then just do those couple pieces. The drier it gets, the more crunchier it's going to get. Yeah. There's things that you can't cook. I'm amazed. But I swear to God, it's because we didn't fill it with water.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can come up with. So you could try detangling while you shampoo. I don't think it would hurt. But if you can't, just do your fingers. You know, and then go straight to your hydrating mask and maybe a pinch of the Color Radiance and detangle with that. Rinse that out. Take another pump of conditioner and leave it in. So if you start like on a 10-ounce size, 2 pumps. Probably 2 pumps of conditioner.
For the whole head?
Yeah, on a 10-ounce bottle. Might be about that much. But my instinct is telling me you might need about 4 pumps. So start with 2. If you get that slip, then that's enough. Add a little bit more water because that will make more conditioner. If it's not slippery, you got to the other side and you're like, nope, then add a couple more pumps. You can always do a triple rinse and rinse some out, but I feel like you can't really over condition.
Okay.
But the more conditioner you put in there, the less cold you get out of the setting. So, but yes, yeah. So you need a fine balance of enough to get in there to tangle and get through it, and then not too much, but it dilutes your setting. So that's why some of my clients like putting the volume on in the shower. So they can rinse out their conditioner, they grab the volume, and they can drop it on.
That's what I did. Like,
And then start brushing all of that through in the shower. Then you can do your hold outside the shower. As I sit here, I always try to think of faster ways for them to do it at home, because that's not attainable. You know, that hour process. So maybe I need to try it. What's going on? Right? Sometimes that's how these ideas pop out.
It takes me a full 2 hours, and that's just my
That's just your routine.
time.
Yeah, it's just your routine.
Because I do have to rinse out all the conditioner. I realize when I leave it in, that little cream base is too soft.
Yeah.
And I'll get frizzy every day.
Right. And plus the hydrating has protein in it.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of puffs up the cuticle also. So but you know, if she tries stuff and she doesn't like it, she can always bring it back. You can always bring it back here. You're never stuck in it. I know you don't live around the corner, but you know, your mom can bring it back. Your mom can swap it out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because we use it up.
Yeah.
You know, we take it home. If somebody returned the oil and scalp scrub, I mean, the scalp scrub would be on. I took the oil home.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, nobody touched it. It's so clean. I can't put it back on the shelf. But we do that. You know, we want you to be happy and find the right product. I mean, I create definition could be a good option down the road also, because it's very light. It's a foam. So, there's confidence.
Well, I know I use Kamaal on the part in the back that wouldn't quite on.
It has a texture too.
Yeah.
It has a texture to it too.
It's not a good fit for me, but I think it's quite
It might work for her eventually. Yeah. Hi, how are you? Good. Your girls look so pretty. I'm so proud of
I'm
you.
guilty of going way too long without washing them.
That's okay. It's not, hey, there's no judgment here. Yeah. You need some help?
Yes, I think.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, you're almost done. That's a great problem to have. For a couple reasons. Because if it takes you that long to get your product in, you know, at least you don't spend 5 or 6 hours drying. You know, so I mean that's healthy hair because that's helping it absorb the product. It's not sitting on the surface. So if your other stuff takes forever, that also dries faster too, right? Was your other product you're using dry fast too? Okay, so that's just your hair. You're good. Yeah.
Sunny day.
Yeah.
It's amazing how
commute to work?
No, I mean, it's a 15-minute drive.
Okay.
Very close.
Okay, good. Do you wash in the morning or at night when you do your routine for hair?
I usually afternoon.
Okay.
So I have
Time
time
to
right
dry.
before I go to bed.
Yeah,
I don't have to go to bed with wet hair.
No, I don't
It'll be
either.
frizzy.
Well, you gotta get all the product in. If you went to bed, say you did in the afternoon, I would leave it crunchy. Put it up in the pineapple, go to bed. After it's dry. And then scrunch out the crunch the next day. Mm-hmm. So the longer you leave that crunchy cast, the better.
Oh.
The more longevity you get out of your set. Like I always like to say, it's like our grandmas used to go to the beauty salon once a week. Get that hair set. So they didn't have to do it the rest of the week. Same thing as your wash day. If you're a wash day and you get a good set, it can last you a long time. So leave it crunchy. If you're not going anywhere that day or that night. Most of us love second day hair, third day hair. So as the week goes, it's Tuesday. So see what your favorite hair day is. You know, wash day, they're a little more tight, they're a little more crunchy, they're a little more set. As the week goes, I always like to say like a flower. They kind of open up and they kind of expand in their own element. So then that curl gets a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger on their own without having to crunch out the crunch. So everybody's different. Some people hate the cast, which I get, but it's very beneficial. If you know it'll go away, and the benefit of locking all that moisture in there is the most important part. And then the longevity out of your set. So those two things are very important to that fast. Go over just a little bit. Get them up there. You might have to switch a little bit. What do you do for vacation? What do you do for vacation?
Oh, me?
Uh-huh.
Bug sprays if I'm not looking.
Okay. Are you like in the ocean, in the water? What type of vacation?
Typically no, but if I do, like, let's say I go to Hawaii for work, if I feel like bringing hair products, I will go to the ocean and swim.
Okay.
I've done that a few times and I'll wash it after.
Okay.
But I don't have a routine
To go through.
I don't have a new routine.
Right.
If I'm going into the water, but typically no getting the hair wet on vacation.
Yeah.
Typically not.
Yeah, 'cause it's too much work. But you know, it's like I tell my kid clients, you want them to be a kid. You want to go on vacation and jump in the ocean.
Oh yeah.
You know, so take a little travel size bottle of the Color Radiance in your beach bag with your Felicia Leatherwood brush or whatever brush you like. Get out of that ocean and dump a bunch of conditioner in.
Oh.
Like maybe the size of a good small golf ball.
Yeah.
More than you would do.
No shampoo?
Yeah. Because if you're going to go jump in the ocean tomorrow, and you don't want to have to go up and wash and style and do all of it,
Good idea.
if you just hydrate it and then you sit out in the sun,
Yes. After you.
after you get out of the ocean. Yes. Yeah. So go swim and get out of the ocean.
Yeah.
Put a bunch of conditioner in it. Detangle it if you can.
Yeah.
You know, salt is a natural cleansing agent.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
chlorine, I feel like, is more damaging.
Yes.
But you would have to swim like for 6 months in a row. You know? Is it good to wash it? Yes. But don't have a fun vacation. Just jump in the ocean. You know? Just put a bunch of conditioner in it, let it air dry, detangle it, and then sometimes you can just pull up the top or put a cute braid in or a cute cap. Because most of the time these look really good, but this doesn't. You know, because it's blowing around in the wind and stuff. But the sooner you can get that hydration in, the better. You know? So if you're going in the pool the next day and you don't want to do your hair, I mean, there's some groovy swim caps out now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get your hair in it, but they've got wetsuit material.
Oh wow.
And these girls dump down to the floor.
Yeah.
And come out, and their hair is not even wet, not even on the edges.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing.
Your swimmer, her hair looks amazing. She's always been like
Yeah, well, it didn't look amazing, but yeah, we made it look amazing.
that. It looks amazing.
Yeah. I've been seeing her on Instagram. It's been looking a little bit better. Yeah. Yep. So just adding that hydration and even the sweet spirit in a travel size bottle. Spray that if it's super tingly, you know. Just hydrate it. Hydrate it, hydrate it. So I mean, water is water. It has a little salt, it's gonna drizzle up in the cuticle a little bit.
Yeah.
The chlorine's more damaging because of the chemical.
Yeah.
So you wash it as soon as you can wash it, but now go on vacation and have fun and jump in the ocean and
Yeah, I do
be a
like
kid,
it.
you know?
Yeah.
Because so many years you've not done things because of your hair, right? Especially your generation.
Well, she's never let that hold her
Oh,
back.
that's great.
I definitely was like, if water hits it, it's like, garlic to vampire.
Right.
Like those
Right.
right? But she didn't care.
You know, if you're traveling, wash it the day before and just get a crunchy cast.
Yeah.
Leave it as crunchy as you can leave it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll flip over when I'm flying. I put it up in the pineapple.
Yeah.
When they turn off the lights and everybody's going to sleep, I put my pineapple in because then it doesn't smash the whole back of your head when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
So all that's up and it only smashes the underneath.
Yeah.
Then you take your curls down, it gives you volume. It helps break the cast. And it keeps it looking great. We swear by the pineapple.
Yeah.
You cannot go wrong without pineapple.
Nice.
So upside down on top of your head, those little screws don't make marks. Just don't rip out your hair. You know, try to keep it easy and simple. All right, let's probably flip and check her neck, and then I want you to see the cast also. So go ahead and you're all right. Yeah, it's usually about time the neck is done. Give me a good hard shake. Perfect. Just kind of let them come down. Yeah, let them. They just move. That's pretty awesome. That's a good, strong cast right there. All right, so we're gonna flip you over because usually the neck is a little bit wet when we do that.
So should
Yep, you stay seated. Yep. If you do your pineapple, did you talk about that? I forget. It's too long ago.
No. If you do your pineapple and some of these little pieces fall out, press those before you take down your pineapple.
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise you won't be able to find them. You gotta do it before you take down the pineapple.
Yeah, okay. And use the sweet spirit on those because it'll hydrate them, it'll detangle them, and stop them from getting naughty and creating more knots.
Oh.
And they grow.
They grow, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you only have a couple, so you don't have, like, some girls have, like, a whole section that will broke off under there. No. So you only have a couple pieces there. If those grow, you may see them, because right now they're only about this long, but if they start to get like here, they don't reach up into the pineapple, and they're getting slept on. Yeah. Make sure you don't sleep in any necklace or anything like that. Okay, good.
So tie the hair up and then put a satin scarf around it.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah, whatever works. I do a satin pillowcase.
Oh, okay.
You know, everybody finds their magic, magic thing.
Yeah.
Anything accidentally.
I told her I'm not gonna hire her on.
I know I'm so extra, you guys just put up with me. I appreciate it.
What?
I said I know I can be so extra, you put up with me.
Oh, I know. You don't bother me at all. The more hands on deck, the better. I learned that a long time ago.
I just love this holistic, natural approach.
Yeah.
We're all about that. I used to be afraid of the crunch. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, I know.
But it's the best thing ever now. Every day it gets softer and softer.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I can get 7 days. I'm not washing it.
Yeah, I know. That's good.
Well, and since you have all the products, you know, she can try different things too. Yeah. So I have literally almost every. Yeah, she literally has every single product I do. So you know, take the basics of it: shampoo, conditioner. The only thing I don't have is the shampoo and conditioner that you use on her. And I want to try shampoo. Okay. Okay. But other than that, every product that she's used, I have a lot.
You have hold, you have volume.
But she doesn't live with you. She doesn't live with me, right?
So does she need her own?
Yeah, she can use her own. She got home with it.
Okay.
Especially the shampoo and conditioner.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have that.
Yeah. I think it was the right one. It's not flaking, it's not dusty. Yeah. There was enough slip to it, but it wasn't thick and goopy. I think that's what I don't like about the hydrate. It's thick, goopy. If you add more water, it almost makes too much more conditioner.
Okay.
So
I just like it when the hair so dry, but I'll try it.
yeah. I mean, it's not to say that it won't. If
They broke, don't fix it.
it's working for you, you know, and maybe because of the coarse texture,
Yeah.
you may need more of that weight right now because it's so short.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
everybody's different.
I'll try sample and I'll let you know
Yeah.
what I think. And yeah, I've got so much product at home, Kamaal. All you need to do is put the shampoo in the conditioner.
She probably can hear you.
No, I can't hear anything. Not with the.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the cut first, and then I'm gonna scrunch it out.
I said I have so much product at home. All you need is shampoo and conditioner. I don't have that. The kind that she used on you. I have the kind that I use on me, but the hold and the volume and all that like that. So I'll give you some.
Mm-hmm.
And then you try it and then see how you like it. And if you want something different, the next time you come over, I'll see you Sunday. We can even try the curl memory on her and see what she likes.
Yeah, I tried a little piece in the front.
Yeah, what are your thoughts? Because
I mean, I didn't hate it, but I think I was more worried about the texture.
yeah,
I tried it on these little baby ones right here. So, I mean, it got a good cast. I didn't put the hold on over it. So,
that would be a one and done product for her. But we'd have to test the whole thing. So when you come over on one day, Kamaal,
yeah, come
we'll
over
do
and
the whole
it.
wash,
Yeah.
and then I'll just try curl memory on you because that may be one and done. It may work for you. It just doesn't work for me because I need more. I need more weight in the aloe. I need more slip and hydration. I think.
Do you think you put enough of it on?
Yeah, I've tried that about
I
10
know you're
times.
heavy-handed too. I am too.
It's just that aloe is just.
And you know, if you don't, you can always bring it back.
I know, but I keep trying to like. Now that Kamaal's got the full
Keep trying to
reset,
love it, yeah.
she may actually love it, and then I'm like,
She
oh my
might.
gosh, we're down to one product.
But I do feel like,
But you did test it.
yeah, I felt like, I don't know, the volume felt so good.
It's so good. It's
So
that
good.
aloe.
So, and sometimes, you know, that's always kind of been my go-to for all new clients because it's universally well-rounded.
Yeah.
It's light, it's easy to apply, it's hydrating, it's slippery, like it checks all the boxes.
It's a secret.
Which I feel like it's hard to check all the boxes in a one and done. So, yeah, I think the curl memory could be it, but this combo looks pretty dang good right now. So this is what we call a gel cast. So if you want to feel them now, they feel like crispy ramen noodles. So they went from your
Oh wow!
right.
Yeah, very crispy.
Oh,
yeah.
Wet pasta noodles into crispy ramen noodles.
So
But then
funny.
when you scrunch it out with a little
I know they do.
dry
They're
oil.
crunchy. Yeah, they're crunchy.
If you scrunch it out, you use the dry oil,
Mm-hmm.
and then that
Oh, so
shine.
after the 2 products and then the diffuser, then there's another one in order to scrunch it
Scrunch
the
it
next
out.
day. Let's just say next day.
Next day, yeah. Or that day if you're going somewhere and you had to wash it, you know.
Like to work. I probably wash my hair in the late morning now, so that it's after I diffuse it, I can have a cast just walking around it
Yep.
right before
Just
I.
gonna work on the computer, go do other things. I mean, you could even clean the house. You could even go out and wash your car. If that cast is casted, you don't have to
Ain't
worry,
going nowhere.
you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about it. Yeah, I mean, you could go shopping, try on a bunch of clothes.
Yeah.
Your hair would not get messed up. So,
Wow.
I mean, there's lots of benefits to that cast for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm not opposed to the cast.
And then I'm going to teach you how to scrunch it out right now.
Oh,
Right
great.
now, I'm just kind of
Yeah.
catching stragglers here.
Uh-huh.
And you don't have to hesitate. You can always ask me any questions. You can text me. Maddie and I will get back to you as soon as we can, but don't struggle. Don't suffer. If you want to come in for another wash and go, you know, Maddie's doing all that right now. So, you know.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. And then, you know, I want it to be like here when I see you next.
It probably will be.
I think it will be.
Follow your instructions.
Yeah,
Simple.
I didn't take too much off.
Mm-hmm.
So I just tried to be
Which is
very,
great.
very fragile and gentle, but give it some shape. I'm going to scrunch it out before I check the back.
I thought I would have needed more of a trim because it's been so long.
Well, I mean, I cut every single piece of curl on your head versus where, you know, when I started, I just kind of did the edges, but then I went deep in and cut every single piece so that every single hair gets a trim.
Did you pull it out?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I just took a section and pulled them out and cut them.
Okay.
And then I sectioned off what I cut so that I remembered. I cut that. And she didn't really have anything that was like horribly imbalanced. So, yeah. So we're going to do some oil and then I'm going to show you some fun little tricks that you can do to break the cast. And then let's see how that looks back there. Because right now, the curls look fabulous back here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In the spot. Oh, yeah, it's actually staying.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So you got to get that all the way to roots to ends.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think the heaviness of that gel will help you in brushing it through. Brushing through your styling product for sure.
Yes.
Yep.
With that
Because that way it's
specific
just
type
like, okay, I did
Yeah.
that section, drop it over,
Yep.
drop it over, be done. Okay, do that section,
Yep.
you know, do the back.
Yep.
And that way, I think too, when you're doing that brush and it's touching your scalp everywhere you go,
Yeah.
it's kind of like muscle memory. And then eventually you won't even think about it. You'll just do it and you'll get through it.
Yes.
Okay, so the favorite right now is called I Create Shine.
Mom said.
Yeah, a couple drops, 3 to 4. I don't think you have to be too shy.
The dry oil.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it smells super good.
Smells so good.
It dries super fast. So now when you scrunch out the crunch, thank you. Go ahead and flip over for me. Stay seated. So this, we're going to grab the little crunchy bits on the ends. So praying hands, press it on, just kind of glide down those crunchy bits, which is usually the ends, because there are older hair, they get crunchier, they stay crunchier longer, where I feel like the roots soften faster. So sometimes, like today, I washed it, I left it a little bit crunchy at the root and then just scrunched it out a little bit before you guys walked in, just so it wouldn't look scary. But you can be as forceful as you want. You can be as soft as you want with that cast, just depending on how much you want it to go away. Sometimes the heat helps. And if I go in through here, sometimes if you stop diffusing, like feel back here, you can feel a little bit of dampness right there. So like even though it dries fast, sometimes it's still wet underneath. So they can trick you. They can think it's dry, and then you like start scrunching, and you're like, oh, I feel moisture. Just stop scrunching. Don't scrunch where you feel the moisture. Scrunch where it's very dry, which is usually your ends, and then let the rest of it air dry until it's ready and 100%. So sometimes I'll take the diffuser off and I just walk around, kind of pat it, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's still wet. Oh yeah, it's still wet. And if you're in air conditioning, it always stays wet longer. So I'm going to turn on the diffuser right now and heat that back up a little bit. And we're going to do some shaking. So we just do shake roots. So just your fingertips, get in there, shake the root, and then pull your hands back up. So we're not running our fingers through the hair. We don't want to break up that product. We don't want to break up the cast. We just want to soften that crunch. And that's going to give you more volume and then allow you to keep that definition.
I can't wait till my hair is that long. You think
Long.
it'll be there?
Oh yeah. I'd say by like next year for sure. I mean, you've already been 8 months in country stuff.
That's expensive.
Yeah.
What would it be?
Because she can do a pineapple,
Yeah,
she can wear it up, she can do a cute ponytail.
And like my
Scarves.
conservative Zoom meetings, I can even slip it back into a bun.
Yes.
Sometimes I have to have that corporate bun.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Not very often, but sometimes.
Yeah. And just sometimes you're tired and you don't get to do your hair and you're like, okay, what now? Just put it in a ponytail. It always looks cute in a ponytail. That's a good one.
Yeah, Brianna's hair, the glasses.
Yeah.
So long.
I know.
That was a lot of hair. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw her with an out the other day. Like, and I was like 8 inches off of her head. I was like, I'm so jealous. But
You're like 20?
yeah, my husband's like, your hair's always so flat. Yeah, it's because it's healthy and it's not super girly. So, yeah. He's like, you're not going to wash your hair the day of graduation, are you? It's going to be flat. I said, no, I'm washing it the day before. My husband, here you know. He knows.
I was actually afraid of eye cream bottom because I'm like, that's the last thing I did.
I know. I know.
When you said it, I was like,
I know. When I started switching over from Diva Curl to that, I would turn the bottle around and it would show them. Because the first thing they do is sit down and go, I don't want volume. I go, okay, great. Can't use that. But then I'd be like, I need that product. So like, what are you using? I go, okay, you're not allowed to look at the name.
yeah.
Look at the texture, look at the feel. I would like to do all that, and I wouldn't tell them the name. Until they're like, I don't want volume. I'm like, I know. But,
Exactly what I told you.
yeah. But it
That
works.
was my favorite product.
I know. It's still my favorite product too. Still your favorite too.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Even on yours.
Yours looks really good
I
too.
oh, thank you. I do volume and I do definition.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah.
What about the shampoo and conditioner? Clarity. Because I get it out. So, yeah, I tried everything for this project on.
So the drier it gets, the more you can touch it. The more you can kind of pull, shake, press.
And it was too good, but touch it first, so you get out this and do it.
Oh, I know. You probably remember Sebastian products.
Of course I do.
Okay, do you remember that blue shampoo and conditioner?
Absolutely.
You know why it works so well?
Because after
It was silicone.
oh
It was pure silicone. That's what that reminds me of.
yeah.
When I put it, I was like, oh, this is going to be
Really
good.
looking fully on your plastic.
Yeah.
Plastic. I used to love Sebastian.
And then it goes all down your back, too.
Oh, and then you fall in your back forward.
Yep.
I do it. Oh, but I plants.
Yeah.
I mean, our ancestors weren't too far off.
No.
Right? They
Yeah.
really weren't.
We don't need all the extra stuff that we created. Especially not more plastic.
Yeah.
Like the last thing what I don't like about this packaging is when I use the hydrating hair mask, I literally had to cut it off and scoop out the like I love the pouches you can do everything.
Yeah.
But the mask and the detox mask, I had to scoop out the
Can you roll it like a cookie too?
yeah, I bought one of those from Amazon. But that this is actually really hard.
It is hard.
So I did it down to like here.
Yeah, it is hard to fold it over.
And I put in a little teeny Tupperware
And
and
scoop it out. I know. I used to do that with the mask cleaner. I'd
Yeah.
cut the bottom off and just scoop it out.
This is good stuff on my
Yeah, you know, sometimes I tell my clients to add like distilled water, just enough so that it gets slippery enough, so that it doesn't destroy the product with the bad water.
yeah.
But
I even took a picture
you're not
of
supposed
it
to.
to intercept
But you know,
how much like was a little bit wasted. I took
yeah,
a picture of it.
they know. They know. We complain about it all the time.
Good stuff.
That's why they started with the refill boxes. Because we were like, we can't get the stuff out of the gallon. We can't get the stuff out of the liter. I mean, it was like,
Yeah. Okay, there you go. So we learned the difference.
yeah.
These things are like I wish they would even do mini pouches, but I don't know. That would be kind of weird.
I don't know, but save your travel size bottles because they're all going to tubes. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but it's more recyclable than the bottles. But the bottles aren't, the tubes aren't refillable. I mean, it makes sense because then you gotta buy more travel size bottles. But I've had my travel size bottles for like 7 years.
Yeah, like
Yeah, so maybe I should just order them before they switch all over.
because you're wasting more by
Okay.
having to rebuy.
Feel that? I just been playing with it, touching it.
I think I
Oh
need to-
yeah.
Right?
Very soft.
Still gonna feel casted, but better, right?
No residue.
Yeah.
I need to stop. I just love my
And you're using the diffuser just to make sure it's dry?
Yeah, and sometimes it just the heat helps open up those curls
And the
also,
detox mask.
so it gives it more volume, more lift, more like
We didn't know that either.
zhuzh. I can really like zhuzh it up and touch it, and then not be afraid. I'm gonna take this down, and then a couple stragglers right there.
I might just try. I might try the shampoo and conditioner, just the sample size. The color? I can't remember what it was now. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that definition.
I know, it's
Can I
really
touch
good.
it?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my god, that feels good. You should feel it. Well, when she's done, when she's cutting.
I had her feel it before I pulled out the scissors.
See, come on, it's not as crunchy, but it's still the definition of the curls are still there.
All right, ready?
Mhm.
Back.
So
We're gonna redo the whole thing.
Okay. Okay. Got her glasses on.
yes, I can see.
All right, ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very pretty.
And so light and
Amazing how
fluffy.
I know.
And you can touch it without getting a
Mhm.
handful of
Oh, which is really nice. Touching it without my hand being moisturized
Mhm.
completely.
or greasy.
Greasy.
More like greasy, yeah.
Yep. I have a little Instagram video. Deanna was my assistant.
Mm.
I don't know what the client had in her hair at this time. It was like away or something. And literally rolled it into boogers. And I told her, I go, look, this is what's on your hair, the boogers. It's like,
Yeah.
it's gooey little balls of like, she goes, is that what my hair feels like? I'm like,
Yeah, you didn't
So-
touch it?
yeah, she doesn't even touch it.
No, you don't touch it.
Yeah.
Because
No.
you just can't. You're
I
gonna
know.
smear everything.
Yeah, you don't touch it. So I was like, well, now you can touch it. You can touch your hair as much as you want.
Wow, that's nice. Joel knows not to touch
And you have
right? So now he can touch it.
Yeah.
He can touch it, and you can have fun, and then you know how to refresh
He
it.
learned. It's like married to black women. Don't touch your hair.
Yes.
Now you can actually see.
Yeah.
So you
Now
can
you
touch it
my hair.
after
Yeah.
it's already dry,
Oh.
right? So he can touch it, and get in there,
Interesting.
shake it, fluff it. It's not going anywhere,
Wow.
you know?
Yeah.
How's it feel?
It's nice that I can touch it. It's nothing coming over my hands.
Yeah.
I don't think I've
Still a
ever
little
had-
casted. It might be a little dusty. Because we went pretty heavy on the product, so sometimes do you get that?
Sometimes if I go too heavy, yeah.
Dusty.
Oh
what we call
yeah.
it.
It's
But
like
then
a
I
little
just add more
flake.
acrylic shine. and
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
just
really?
smooths it down, yeah. I think once that comes off, like when sleeping, the dust is gone.
Oh.
But yeah, it was a little dusty. The more I touched it, the more. But that'll go away. It's not like a big.
Oh, great.
It's not going to stay that way.
Yeah.
And this is good too because it gave you some shape.
Uh-huh.
It gave you a little bit of face framing pieces. So now, like, I left all those long because I didn't want you to feel short. But what I did was kind of balance them out through here
Thank you.
because you have such a beautiful face. It was
Oh,
like
thank you.
covering you. So like, I wanted it to be able to be up and out.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it gives it some shape, but it should hold it now.
Oh, that's great.
So kind of balancing out that haircut will help your shape and then help
Yes.
it as it grows out too.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting experiment to see how long
Yes.
it will get.
Yep.
That'll be very
It's
interesting.
gonna be fun watching that.
All right, look
Yeah,
up towards the
that's
top of the
fascinating.
mirror. Yeah, and then for the rest of this week and next,
Mm-hmm.
go as long as you can go.
Okay.
Like, give it a full, like, trial run,
Yes.
and see how it lasts through sleeping. See how it lasts through
Yeah.
yoga.
Yeah.
See how it lasts through your lifestyle.
Yes.
And you're like, wow, it's like 5 days old and it still looks amazing. I ain't washing it. Woohoo!
I know.
You
That'll
know?
be great.
So, and then choose your washing day, because the
Yes.
cast and the wash day is real.
Yes.
And then choose your favorite hair day.
Yes.
So whatever your week looks like, wherever
Yes,
you're going,
that's a good idea.
wash it the day before you go, get a nice crunchy cast,
Mm-hmm.
leave it casted, go to sleep, put it up in the pineapple.
That's really smart.
That
You know.
feels really cool. Feel it,
Really
Kamaal. It's not greasy.
No, I know.
She's like, well,
Amazing.
yeah, my head,
I know.
my head is hanging in the wind here.
Oh wait. Until after the training.
I know, right? So you don't just like stab yourself.
Or like just get in the way.
It's okay, I cut kids' hair. I'm like always like this. They move their head. Go ahead. They move their head. They move their hair. Okay, so you could even do more if you wanted to, and you were going somewhere, and you wanted to meld out some of that crunch in the back here. I worked on doing this last week on my own hair, and it worked really good. Just
I'm not used to being able to do that.
Exactly.
And then it not being like, oh, it's gonna be a big frizz
Yep.
after.
Yep.
That's
So
that cat.
just grabbing the whole thing and
wild.
just kind of coming and almost pulling.
Yeah, yeah.
A little bit of tension.
Yeah, I'm okay with the
Yep, a little bit of tension. As long as you got something on your hand. I put a couple more oil drops on.
And it stretches.
Instead of
it too.
scrunching it,
interesting.
because sometimes the scrunching can cause frizz. Especially for your coarse textures. So I did it the other day and I lifted everything up and I pulled on it and I dropped it out and I lifted and pulled on it and it looked so good. And that was like on wash day. It looked
Isn't
good.
that fun?
Oh.
Now you can actually play with your hair.
Yeah.
Once it's dry.
Yeah, once it's dry. That's the thing.
That
once it's dry.
cast is legit. At first I was like, oh my god. Now I'm like, this is my best friend.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I think once you stop being afraid of it and
Yes.
understand why it's important,
Yeah.
then
Well,
it's
I
like
already
no
understand.
brainer. Yeah.
I
Look how
get it.
beautiful you look.
Thank you.
Clean,
Okay,
hydrated.
I'm
I
just
know,
gonna
it's
let
so
it
nice.
settle
That
for a
feels
minute.
Clean and light. Thank
Yes.
Yeah, like
Yes. I think that's the other thing with the other products. They're so heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, so why are they heavy? It's your pop
Because
quiz.
it chemicals.
They're filled with chemicals. Yes, that is a good answer. It's just because they sit on the surface.
Yeah.
They don't actually penetrate. So think about how much hair you have, how much product you have to put in, and then the weight of all that.
Yeah.
So this like absorbs and penetrates,
Exactly.
so it feels lighter and it feels fluffier like hair.
Anderson styles from the inside out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Just that's why we say it dries from the inside out. Because if you can lock all that in, then it's golden for a long time.
And even if you're on a work trip, just pineapple it and do your satin scarf. You can
Yeah.
get days out of that.
Yeah.
I'm on day 4 of this already, and I'm still like, I don't go in there.
Yeah, I thought you washed it today.
No.
So when you said that
Friday
earlier, I
morning.
was like, holy
And we had a
moly,
road
that's-
trip. We went up to Sonoma Saturday and Sunday. My
Oh,
husband and I,
fun.
and came back Sunday night. So I haven't done a thing to it since Friday because I'm like, okay, we got a trip on Saturday.
Yeah.
Haven't done a thing to it since Friday morning. And my thing is try to make it till, because I like to do a hot yoga on Fridays. So I want to make it until then. So usually Friday afternoon or Saturday morning I'll wash. Because I know I'm going to just, it's going to get frizzy even with my gym rep and all that because I'm already on day 6.
Yeah, and that's perfect because then it's like, okay, it's time to wash.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. So I don't mind like extra sweat and all that.
Okay, how do you feel?
Excellent.
Looks really good, Kamaal.
Mm-hmm.
Very pretty. All right, let's take this off so you can see what you look like without the white cape on.
And healthy girls are important.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
like that.
That's what's going to help you retain the length.
I should have covered your
Before I start that, a little flaky, but
We just go pretty heavy-handed, so
I think that will go away as the hair absorbs and penetrates. No hairy booties.
No, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, it looks clean too. Like it looks shiny.
Yep.
It's not picking up the debris from
Right,
everywhere and
everywhere.
sticking to it.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I feel like
It's so
it would be less
light.
dirty too, which
Yes.
is nice because the other stuff is just gonna.
Attracts
it attracts it. Lint,
I know it
dust.
does.
Yep.
But I didn't know what else. I didn't know what else to do.
I
know it's nice. I can touch it.
And you can keep touching it. Like I touch mine. Well, I didn't today,
That's
but
crazy.
I usually touch mine and keep scrunching and keep scrunching. I go to the bathroom. I get in the car. You
And
know,
it looks.
the
It
more I
looks
touch
good.
it, the better it gets.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes.
The cats keeps
Yeah.
it.
It just gets more.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. You shake your roots, scrunch the ends, and for you, I would just do that. The melding. thing. That would be good for you to practice too.
Yeah.
Just,
I don't like that much length, but I think that's probably it's
yeah,
in
but
there.
just pull on it.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't even take off the nozzle and do that, but you could take off the nozzle and stretch.
Oh,
But
that's
you
what
got
they do
volume
online.
already, so I
Yeah.
was like, you don't need it anymore.
Online, I see.
But if
people-
you're going out and you really want to rock a big fro, but you want it defined, then take off the diffuser.
Yeah.
And just hold your roots.
Yeah.
And pull
Wow.
and blow up.
Yeah.
I would do it after
Oh,
it's
wow,
already
yeah.
dry and casted,
Yes, of course. Yes.
because then you can like kind of, we call it rock the root.
Yes.
So then it stretches it, kind of opens it up, because when they're high, they want to go all the time.
Yes.
So the more you can open them up, the bigger it's going to get.
Yes.
But then it stays defined. So then the casting, you don't have to be afraid to touch it. So it's got a lot of
That's
benefits.
crazy.
natural botanical.
I know.
Yeah.
Organic.
Yep. And no residue on your back, on your body, on your shower floor, on your bathroom floor.
Oh.
I remember when I switched to it, my husband was like, I am so glad your shower is not slippery.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every
so
time he's like, I
careless.
get in, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna break my neck. And I'm like, we don't have any of that anymore.
And it's not on your skin.
Yeah, there's
Mhm.
so
Like
many
on the
things.
back of your neck
Mm-hmm.
from the oil.
Color Awakening, Color Radiance, 2 to 4 on conditioner. Okay, so what do you want to start with today?
What you
Because I know you have.
I want to buy what you use.
Okay.
Definitely shampoo and conditioner.
Okay.
I have enough volume and hold like of that. I can give you some of that.
Ooh.
But you know what I should probably do?
I'm sorry.
Hair mask?
Yes.
packet?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's better for me to just buy it though, because then I'll just have it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna just give you some, but
If you're not using it, then I will take the
I have
bottle.
a
but if
whole
you're
brand new hold I'm not using because I'm still working for my big one, so I can
Okay.
give her that. But
Okay.
give her a volume.
Okay.
Because
Volume.
volume is like I'm not for it.
Yeah.
You know what? Do you have an extra pump top though?
I do. Yeah.
Nice, because
Yeah.
when you're styling, this
Mhm.
thing's
The pump's
annoying.
nice. Yeah.
You need
Yes.
a pump top.
Yeah.
She
We'll
can
give you a
give you
pump
one.
top. Will you pull out a pump?
Yes.
So if you figure out, like I always say, start with a normal size. If you
Okay.
fix your jam, you move into a liter.
Okay.
Or if you don't have a big shower and you just want to refill,
Yeah, it's
you know, so
convenient, too.
refill
I love
liters.
that. 'Cause that's brand new.
yeah.
I like the refills.
Mhm.
Because I like this size, but
Yes.
it kept running out. So
Yeah,
I
I don't
like
use a
that.
liter at home.
That's nice.
I like the little tiny bottles
I'm gonna redo it.
because I like to throw them all in the drawer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I create volume, and then we're gonna do your color awakening and color radiance.
The oil.
The oil,
I create shine.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then did you say a spray?
the
Is
sweet
that the
spirit.
red one? That's the shine?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just in a box.
Mm.
The sweet spirit.
Did you say that was recommended too?
Yes.
Spirit?
Yes, because you can refresh with that. You can detangle with it.
But I don't know. You can get your own because I might have one new one. But you can
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sweet spirit.
Yeah, I just want to use what you use and work on that first.
Right. I mean, the
Get
only
that
other thing would
together.
be the hydrating mask, and if you don't want to get that today, I can give you some. Oh, do we have samples of that still? Hydrating mask. I don't know. I'm low on a couple things. Did you want samples of the color instead of buying a
Should
bottle?
I get samples or should I just get a little one?
It's up
Are
to
samples
you.
enough?
Or packets? I mean, I could give you like 4 packets.
Okay, let me try her combination
Okay.
for the shampoo and
Okay.
conditioner. I still have so much. I'm gonna work through my hydrating anyway, but I
Absolutely.
just want to mix it up and see.
Yeah. Will you pull like 4 packets of color?
Yeah.
All right.
And that was and another time you get the mask. That's pretty cool.
The mask is I use it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I use it
Maybe I
every week,
should
but
get
my
that
hair
too.
is really dry, so I have to use it.
And the mask is for the detox.
The
No,
mask
mask is for
Not,
hydrating.
oh, not the hydrating. I meant
Not the
clo-
detox
I
mask.
meant the detox one.
No, you don't need that one.
Okay.
No.
I think you need the.
The hydrating,
Hydrating
mask?
one.
Okay.
Okay.
The hydrating.
All right.
I really highly recommend.
Yep.
That. I never wash without that.
Yeah.
Um,
When I had bleach highlights, I used it every week. I really
like
think that's
gray.
how I let my hair so long
Yeah,
because it just stopped breaking off.
it's
Yeah.
been amazing for
Yeah.
my hair.
It does come in a big daddy liter.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Sometimes we're out of it. We just got it in, so just future reference
Okay.
because I know the truth.
The tube is so annoying. And
Oh.
Kamaal, remember that thing I got you to squeeze?
Yes.
Oh,
But
that's
this
the
thing,
reason.
Mm-hmm.
this thing is so hard.
Yeah.
You'll get it down to here.
Yeah. And
Cut it
can't
out,
get it out.
scoop it out, put it in
Mhm.
a mini Tupperware. I have mini Tupperwares that are like 1 ounce.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah, it's
thick.
very thick.
It's way too thick.
Yeah,
How is
it
it
is a
pumped?
little thick,
But it
but
works in the
it's
pump?
super concentrated, so that's why it works.
No, it's